Anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome to the Ow! Why? Do we have to start, like, every single stream with another enemy chat? I was literally, like, doing stuff in the whatever. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore that. Thank you very much, Hetzengeck, for that. I swear to God, if you're refunding, your own enemy checks whenever, because I know for a fact every single enemy check is sent to the reward queue, and it always disappears whenever I see it, so, I swear to God. Anyway, how are you guys doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been like 3 days since I last did a stream because your boy finally got the spicy cough after 3 years, I think? Yeah, two or 3 years. But yeah, now my entire family is infected with COVID-19, so that was fun. Yeah, I was bedridden for like a day. That was so much fun. Anyway, how are you guys doing so far? Welcome to the very first... Blah, I can't speak anymore. Very first Subathon stream of today for the next week or so. And before people in the chat say, oh, we should move to Subathon stream 3 days later on, I'm going to explain to you guys later on what this all means. Anyway, so welcome to Subfest. This is a 𝗦ście_ANZ organized event with the Twitch regional branch of Australia and New Zealand organizing all of this. Thank you very much, 𝗦ście_ANZ, for the tier 3. I will explain about that later. So, what has happened today, or like the next few days up towards December 4th, is going to be us doing multiple attempts at a subathon, because I definitely know that, like, from like the last time we did like a Bitfest or Subfest sort of stream, if you've seen the Bitfest sort of streams before, then you probably already got familiar with this sort of system. We've always failed to try and like do a proper like subathon stream in the past, so we always have to do multiple attempts at doing a subathon. So even if this subathon stream, this is the first one, it's not going to be the only one that'll happen for like the first week or so. So don't be scared if your sub is about to run out and then you're mad because this is a subathon. There's more subathons because this will definitely end much earlier than expected. But anyway, what was I trying to say again? My brain's already beginning to be foggy. Thank you, COVID-19. Anyway, so if you want to know what the subathon stream is, do !Subfest, go to the Imgur link, or click on the Imgur link, and you get the nice sort of like image of what all the rates are. Each tier 1 sub adds 3 minutes to the countdown, which is on the bottom left, alongside this nice purplish, this nice purple bar that is, to some people, pretty jarring, and I can understand how it's a bit jarring compared to like other events we had in the past, because there's a bit of a weird diagonal over here. But anyway, long story short, every single cent, like any single cent that you spend on Twitch is gonna add 1 XP to this bar, which should be self-explanatory. Anyway, so far, God, there's so much things I need to like highlight in terms of like ground rules, because there's like a lot of like information that that needs to be covered. But there's like an entire thread on Twitter that I posted about like about how the entire Subfest thing works. I've already posted like everything on my Discord server as well. If you look at the #events channel, if you want to know a little bit more about what Subathon, or not the Subathon, but like ANZ Subfest is about, then you can take a look at how that works. Where did the 2500 XP come from? Tier 3 subs equal 2500 XP, so that's where the 2500 XP comes from. So that is much more is that? Oh, Jesus Christ, we have like, okay, we have a long way to go until we reach the first level. I'm going to explain about that later on. But if you want to take a look at how all the results, or not results, but like all the rates work for like Subfest and all that stuff, all that information is on the wacky Discord server. You just join the Discord server link and go to #events in that channel, and there should be like a nice sort of like thread where I explain to you how everything works, because it's kind of a wacky mess. Do you want a 1v1 on PvP Legacy? How about you shut the frick up, because I don't care. Also, I don't really care, honestly. Anyway, back to I'm already going off tangent with like what the heck am I supposed to say, because I feel like I'm rambling for way too long. But pretty much, this is a subathon stream. If you give subs, or you subscribe, or you give bits, the timer goes up. That should be the most simplest thing that you should deal with. Bro, I just asked nice and you spam my chat 3 times that I also don't really do 1v1s. This should be not a surprise to anybody. Anyway, also, what the frick was I trying to say? Oh yeah, if this bar, by the way, if this XP bar reaches all the way and like reaches towards the next level, or fills up or whatever like that, I show Cat which is usually the theme of me doing these types of events. If you've seen the Bitfest, yeah, the Bitfest event, I show Cat, and also we'll also play a different game as well. That's also a thing I just added last minute, so we're not gonna always be playing Minecraft all the time. If this bar reaches all the way up to like the maximum of God knows what next level has to be, so yeah, I wonder how that's gonna go, because we're not always just gonna be playing Minecraft all the time, but I don't know how well this is gonna go. Oh boy, this is a... Why did I think that doing a subathon stream while I'm sick is a good idea? I mean, then again, I wasn't anticipating getting COVID-19, like, up to, like, last week or, like, a week ago and stuff like that. And then I got COVID-19, and I'm like, bruh. Okay, great. Great, that's always lovely to deal with. Stay hydrated. Alright, let's do some hardcore stuff now, since I already done all the explanations, and I did that absolutely terribly. Holy frick, I never knew I can actually just, like, ramble about, like, how to explain how, like, ANZ Subfest works. I'm gonna listen to Chillin' Beats, because I haven't listened to that playlist in quite some time. Alright, let's see here. We need to do, we already done a stay hydrated, so, or did a nice hydration check, so stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. And now we need to go to the, to the end. Because apparently we have to still repair our tools, and Hezengek wants us to bleed our ears. Lovely. So let's get some enemy ear checks done, I guess. What a great start to the stream, by the way. We have 2 hours and 2 hours and 40 minutes, thanks to 𝗏𝗏 with the tier 3 resub again. Yeah, we basically have 2 hours and 40 minutes to waste. I added 30 minutes to the normal 2 hours just to make things a bit fair. But also... yeah, this is gonna go very, very well. I don't see how this would go terribly whatsoever. Imagine this stream manages to get, like, past, like, 12 hours in, like, total runtime. That'll be insane, and also my brain and throat would probably die by then. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, to those who have never heard about enemy ear check before, do not turn all your volume settings all the way up to the max. Do not turn the stream volume up to the max, and don't wear headphones as well. That should be the most self-explanatory thing you should not do whenever someone does a ear check in front of your face, because it's gonna destroy your ears. I love how 𝗏𝗏 and Hezengek are not helping whatsoever. But anyway, we should probably repair this pickaxe. Left ear check, right ear check. How you doing, by the way, Razor? Left ear check. Right ear check. Center console. And last but not least, some surround sound. Alright, that's enough. I didn't even, like, turn down my Blaze speakers down. I think it's actually already down as it is, so it should be fine for my ears. It's still loud, though. Though I don't know how loud it is on your ends, but it is pretty damn loud. Anyway, what are messages? I miss a lot of messages during the, during my, like, ground rules explanation about how Subfest works. I don't know if I don't know, I can't tell by the chat, but I don't think many people really cared about me explaining a little bit what Subfest is about, but oh well, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, how you doing, by the way? Silver, Gret, King Shard, Paul, Adu, hope y'all doing pretty nice. I think I'm catch up with most people in the chat, I think. Apart from Copper Golem asking me to, like, do a 1v1, even though I don't do 1v1s at all. And then he called me rude because I said no. Turn your speakers up to the max. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that definitely would make a lot of sense. You gotta get the voice filter for a surround sound. I mean, I would, if it weren't for the fact that, like, that one time when I was trying to, like, get the voice filters for, like, the Elgato Wave working properly, it actually, like, destroyed, or not destroyed, but, like, there was, like, some weird issues with, like, the mic feed after a while. So I don't know if that's still present. I probably would double check again if that still works, but I would definitely want to, like, get that reverb effect back again. But yeah, there was, like, a few issues. I used to have, like, some, like, voice effects with my microphone, like, some time ago, but it apparently just destroyed the overall, like, microphone feed for, like, the Elgato Wave after a while, and I don't know why exactly. So hopefully they fixed it finally after all this time. So yeah, I probably will just, like, play around with it, like, off-stream again, and see how that goes, I guess. Voxstro notification just a popped now, bruv. I mean, that's why I don't rely on Twitch notifications, and I tell people to join the wacky Discord server. that should not be surprising whatsoever, but also, yeah, that's a bra moment. Anyway, let's get some more, get some of these bloody tools, like, repaired as soon as possible since we're already here. Oh boy, we always have to start with a nice Enderman ear check, I guess. I mean, I'm not complaining, honestly. At least we're able to get, like, our tools repaired before we even start everything, I guess. Oh boy, so basically what we have done is that we already got, like, all the reserve glass needed for our floor plannings fully smelted. I already did that off stream, so I need to collect all that, bring it back to the Nether City project, and continue on with the road maps, I guess, or floor maps? Just road maps, I guess. Because we're trying to figure out, first of all, with the cliff face that we're working on, what the road layout is first. Because we have like a bit of a weird, like horseshoe sort of like road, like that's left there, and yeah, it's not great. So we need to quickly do something about that later on. But hopefully we can make some nice improvements to it. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, get some sleep then, Nadu. Why the frick are you watching these streams at 4 in the morning, bruh? Get some sleep, mate. Alright, anyway. Though I highly doubt that this stream is gonna, like, last, beyond, like, 3 hours and whatnot, because we only reached, like, up towards, like, a max of 2 hours and 40 minutes, so I don't know how long the stream is going to go, but we'll see how this goes, I guess. Probably my voice is gonna die after, like, 2 hours, so I wouldn't really expect a lot with how long the stream is going to be, but then again, I'm not gonna be too surprised, I guess. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's repair these. Usually the first Subathon stream usually the first Subathon streams don't usually go very well, but then somewhere in the middle, some guy would just donate like 20 gifted subs, or even 100, Asteria, and just ruin my life after a while. So usually this is just always like a warm-up to whatever mess is gonna happen in the near future, maybe. But anyway, I already planned ahead about like doing multiple like Subathon attempts, so even if this one fails, I can still do another one, so it's all gonna be good. Hopefully. Alright, anyway. Give me some more repairable tools, please. Oh god. I could still, okay, so a little bit of like, I should probably like update on my condition with like COVID-19, because I wasn't able to stream for like a couple of days. So far I already said that like, I'm no longer bedridden, which is a good freaking thing, because holy frick, like the first day of proper, like, COVID-19 symptoms absolutely freaking suck. It's basically similar to the flu, except, like, the flu, well, one of the major differences, if I don't want to make it seem very gross, but it's definitely going to be very gross if I say it out loud, is that the mucus, the mucus that I always get from, like, the flu is often very, very green, while, like, COVID-19, like, COVID-19, whenever I, like, blow my nose and whatnot, is always just clear. It almost just seems like, there's just nothing being caught on by your nose or anything like that, which is very interesting, I guess, compared to, like, the flu, where you get, like, a lot of dirt and all that stuff, which is very bizarre, I guess, unless COVID-19 is really just not really playing around with, like, the mucus that much, but I guess it's still pretty helpful, because that's your immune system still working in action. Anyway, that's a very good way of, like, describing the differences, but okay. But yeah. On Wednesday was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I think it was like on Tuesday. Tuesday was basically the worst I've been. So I wasn't able to do a stream on the morning because I was basically bedridden with like chills and aches. That was freaking lovely. Luckily, all the chills ended on Wednesday, but my nose and my throat decided to become an absolute arse. So yeah, between Wednesday and Thursday, I wasn't able to get like any proper day of streaming or like talking in general, because both my nose and my throat are both like sore and clogged. And even up to this day, my nose is still clogged, but my throat is getting a little bit better. However, because I can't really breathe through my nose, I've been getting like a lot of dry throats for quite some time, and it's really annoying to like breathe through and all that stuff. So yeah, so far it's not been a great week in terms of like trying to get any sort of work done, but at the same time, I'm definitely getting much more excuse me. I'm getting much more better, so that's a good thing. Also, I just only recently just ate breakfast, or just ate breakfast. So I'm gonna start burping quite a lot, so that's lovely when that happens. But yeah, I don't think I would have any issues with streaming actually, I don't know if I would be doing a stream tomorrow, because I'll be busy with other stuff, I think. Do I have something tomorrow, Saturday? I think I should be able to do like a normal stream on Saturday. but not like a subathon stream, because I think I'll be, or actually no, I think I will be doing a subathon stream tomorrow. I'll double check my schedule again. But yeah, I'll just double check if like if we're able to do like another subathon attempt tomorrow. But I think we should be able to like manage, I think. But anyway, so yeah, long story short, please take your freaking boosters and vaccines. Like getting like COVID-19, even if you get mild symptoms, the mild symptoms do not feel mild AF. It's basically like their definition of mild symptoms include being bedridden for like 1 to a couple of days, and also dealing with like a very bad dry cough and basically symptoms of the flu but worse. So if that's what the definition of mild is, I would not really recommend that to literally anyone. So please take your vaccines, make sure you have like good like masks, sort of like what's the word, mask habits, I guess. Make sure you wear masks out in like very crowded areas and all that stuff, because yeah, getting COVID-19 just absolutely freaking sucks. And I really wish that, I mean, actually, I'm kind of glad that I actually got COVID-19 before, like a few days before I even started the subathon streams, because God forbid if I like got sick during the subfest season, I'll be bedridden and I wouldn't be able to do any sort of content or streams for like solid few days, and that'll be very, very bad for both the subathon stuff and whatnot. So yeah, kind of glad that I mean, should I be glad? But I mean, I'm kind of glad-ish that was able to like take some days off before I even started the subathon streams just to get sick and stuff like that. But that just sounds kind of weird to say out loud, I guess, because I would probably just prefer just not being sick in general, because it definitely blaze sucks. But better than like being sick during the subathon seasons, I guess. Hi, Casper. Hope you're doing pretty well, by the way. Alright. Oh, frick me. I forgot about the, the glass shulker box. It's such a freaking idiot. Okay, let me just quickly grab that, because I'm really, really, really bad at memorizing my own bloody things I need to do. Anyway, hope you're doing pretty nice so far, Casper. Yeah, my nose is still clogged AF. So I'm gonna presume my voice, I guess, is still gonna be very snotty, I think. I mean, I cannot really tell, because it feels snotty, but I think my voice, through the stream sounds perfectly fine, I guess. But yeah, I don't know how well that's going to go for me for like sometime during the stream. I mean, I guess the silver lining whenever I'm like sick and doing a stream is that like thanks to all the mucus, it actually doesn't wear out my throat as much. So technically I could stream and talk and stuff like that for a much more longer period of time because I'm sick, which is very interesting, I guess, but I don't know how long this is going to last before it becomes a huge inconvenience, maybe. But we'll see, I guess, we'll see. Anyway, Casper says I'm doing good, I'm in class, how are you? Focus on your classes, mate, but also I'm doing, alright, I guess, except for the fact I still have COVID-19, I think. I mean, symptoms are going down, but at the same time, I still have a very clogged up nose and a very annoying throat. But then again, symptoms are going down, so I'm still presuming that I have COVID-19. But symptoms have been coming a little bit better, though, so that's always a good sign, I guess. But then again, my entire family is infected, so I don't know how to really deal with that now. Or what, I don't know what else to say about that, so, oh well. Anyway, Hirov, how you doing, by the way, Hirov? Hope you're doing pretty well so far, mate. Alright. I don't even have the block sounds on because I turned it off when I was in the Inman farm because I'm a genius. Alright, get all the spare glass blocks over here, lovely. Okay, we need to quickly restock on our supplies of what? Because I've completely forgotten all the stuff that we need to restock on. Still have a crap ton of like white glass left, so we could still utilize this shulker box until we run out. So we might need to restock on black glass. Red glass is fine, these two are fine. Light gray glass is beginning to run out a little bit, but I think our supplies should be pretty much good for in the meantime, I guess. Alright, so let's see what we still need to work on around through here. So we have this very weird U-shaped, horseshoe-shaped road thing that I have absolutely no idea how to make this any better. One thing I should probably do is add like a road from like over here or over here. Make a right angle and head towards this cliff face over here so that way you can go up. And I probably would get rid of this sort of like staircase sort of like cliff face rundown thing, because it's not really great, honestly, so we're probably going to fix that. Also, it's fine, we're not doing anything. Also, how's the city going? I mean, the city's been going pretty well. I mean, as long as you're able to, sorry, my brain's already beginning to die. As long as you're finished with all your work, Casper, then that you should be completely fine then. But I don't know what else to say if you're slacking off, but anyway. Let's see here. Let's just make sure we got all the materials set up. Perfect. How you doing, by the way? Aspect. The corner kid says, "Are you Tim the Tat Man?" No. I think I've heard of Tim the Tat Man, and I'm definitely not Tim the Tat Man. That's one thing I'm sure of, because as far as I know, I don't think I sound like him whatsoever, so I don't know how people are associating him with me. Anyway, I have no idea. But anyway, also forgot to say, Gamerholic, welcome to the Fox Army, but then again, I'm such an idiot and I can't read names properly, but oh well. Oh well, let's get some more work done around through here, I guess. How you doing, by the way, fun games? Hope you're doing pretty well so far. God, I can feel my freaking throat being stupid. Then again, I still have, like, COVID-19 symptoms, so I wouldn't be too surprised about that. Anyway, welcome to the Fox Army as well, the corner kid. Hope you're doing pretty well. Okay, so we can add a nice sort of, like, simple 2-block wide road through here and see how that goes. Nearly got into several fights over the last 2 weeks. What in the world have you been doing hereof? And also, why on earth were you all nearly involved in like several fights in the past 2 weeks? Because that is just whack in general, having to deal with fights. Alright, anyway, let's go and remove all these white bits of glass. And I also might need to get rid of all the netherrack around through here, so that's also going to be lovely. Gotta love dealing with terraforming stuff still, despite me saying that I already finished with it, but I'm not. Oh well. So I still need to remove all of this, I guess? Or should I remove all of this? I might as well remove it for now, because I might just fill it in, I guess. Just fill in some of the parts of this cliff face then. Okay, I'm just not gonna say out loud any of Hirov's messages, but I will definitely not go for that route if someone took a mick out of my dad or any of my parents or family or friends. Like, I would just let them just, like, I would just roast them back as well, but going straight towards violence isn't really a very good solution. Usually I would want to troll the heck out of them first, so that way they get pissed off, and then instigate the fights, then we blame them. But yeah, that's not usually how I would usually go. Okay, anyway. Let's just go and quickly get all the leftover pieces of glass. Apologies if I don't talk that much, because my nose and my throat are still gunked up. Again, COVID-19 symptoms, so there's going to be a chance where there's going to be a lot of silent spots for today's stream, but then again, it's a bit of a chill stream for Minecraft anyway, so I don't really mind not talking too much. But yeah, there's going to be definitely a lot of points where I'm just going to be silent for the majority of the time, because my nose is trying to gunk up my throat and vice versa, and it's just going to make my life so freaking miserable. But anyway, hopefully I'll be able to get like a good balance of like commentary and stuff like that, but just a little bit of a heads up to those who are wondering why I'm not talking for quite some time. My nose really just doesn't like me existing. As well as my throat. Both my nose and my throat really don't like me existing in general. So, that's always lovely. Alright, let's get rid of all these netherrack stuff. And see if we can make this a little bit more easier to work with. How do we want this to be, like, structured? I mean, this is like a nice sort of, like, flat face for the cliff face here. But how will we want this, like, part of, like, the cliff face, or, like, sorry, if people were traveling from this part over here to this part over here, how the hell would that even work? Maybe, like, a staircase around through here, maybe? That might work in some ways, because I think this area here is way too small for, like, a building. But then again, if we build something around through here, it's going to intersect with this building here. Unless there's a way we can kind of compensate for that. Because that would be looking pretty cool if that was the case, but Trying to figure out which is like the easiest and much more aesthetically pleasing option over here, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Bro's placed over 164,000 pieces of red glass. I mean, yeah. I don't think that's really surprising or shocking, at least, because I've probably seen like a lot of other people who placed down even more blocks of like glass and stuff like that than I did. Alright, anyway, we'll just keep going around through here. Okay, that's not gonna give us enough materials, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Time for destruction, says Casper. That's one way of saying things, but okay. Hopefully I can see you next time then. Okay, I don't have any spare netherrack bits with me, so let me just quickly grab some from the reserve blocks over here. I do remember having like a huge amount of like reserve amounts of like netherrack stashed over here. Since like Monday, I believe, like last stream. That's perfect. Mini cave base of some sorts. I mean, kind of. I mean, that's something that I've also been toying around with, like that sort of idea. But the problem is that we've been heavily working on like the surface of the city first. And like usually I will want to build like some sort of underground portions of like the city, like in sort of caves and whatnot. And that was an idea I had for like my previous project on Ice Nemesis. And clearly that hasn't been going anywhere, that other idea as well, because we've been focusing primarily on the surface buildings because it takes that long. So that's the reason why we're not really going for that sort of like ideas yet, or working on those ideas yet, because it just mainly takes a lot more time. It's not a bad idea, but it just takes a lot more time. And yeah, this is already beginning. This is already getting quite long enough as it is, just building the surface parts of the city. So that's what we're just focusing on for the meantime. It's still a little bit dormant, so the answer would probably still be no. That's all I'm gonna really say. Because there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be done, but the problem is that I've been pretty busy with other stuff. But overall, it's still looking pretty good, though. Okay, so definitely we need to reserve this for like a building of some sort. But then again, I did like that sort of idea where we can have this building sort of shift around with like the placement of a pathway through here, so that might work out maybe. But then again, that means we have to like move the stupid pathway around through here, so I now need to remove this because this is not in the right position. That's great. That's great, I guess. Anyway, let's fix this all up again. This is the Minecraft experience, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not going to blow it up because I need the glass back. I don't want to keep wasting more glass, so... Chillstrom town. Chillstrom. Alright. Going around over here. I'm going to move the mic a little bit so that way it's a little bit more easier for me to see. Don't know if like playing like variety games would be better for like a subathon stream. I mean, it probably would, but at the same time, Twitch has not been very friendly when it comes to like recommending like viewers of like variety stream content on this channel. I mean, then again, we still have the front page backfill, I guess, but it's kind of a bit of like a double-edged sword in some ways. There have been like a lot of people like flocking to, or sorry, not really flocking to, but been kind of like enjoying, is that the right word? I don't think really enjoying is the right word, but people are like starting to slowly get traction onto the VOD channel now. Mainly because I've like just played a lot of Sonic games, and that's also been published onto the VOD channel. And I guess that's also something that's also pretty interesting, I guess. Anyway, chill stream time. Still makes me pretty mad that I still cannot listen to the Sonic Frontiers like OST yet until December. Way past, like, well beyond like the end of like the Subfest season, I'll be able to listen to the OST. I'm so mad. Still won't be published on Spotify yet. Alright. So then how the bloody hell would this work? I guess we'll just probably start the staircase over here. have this start over here and then have this go up by a few blocks and see how that would work. Blup, 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 blup. And I fell down. Great job, mate. Frick you, COVID. Go up a little bit. I mean, this kind of works. At least we're able to like get to some part over here, so honestly it's not too bad, I guess. But then it does question me, how the hell do we like access this area over here, because there's definitely no proper space for a building, I guess, over here. Unless we have like the pathway become like a bit of an overpass sort of thing over here. I don't know. Really have no idea in some regards on how this entire like area would be shaped. But we'll try it out. We'll try out some ideas. I really need to do like some actual, some actual like pathway research or like national parks or like maps of some kind, so that way I have like a good like sort of like examples of like how some roadways are done, because I always keep saying that I don't have any good idea on how any of these roadways should be made, but then again there's like so much like material I can research ranging from like national forest, not national forests, but like national park pathways to like city block pathways and stuff like that that I can get inspiration from, but then I'm just too lazy to go for those sort of things. It should be a pretty wise thing I should probably do, but then again I have like so much things I'm busy with, and also I'm just also pretty lazy in general that I just couldn't be able to do any of that, which is a bit of a shame for me. But we'll see. We'll see if that'll be something I might pursue for like some inspiration, I guess. That if someone can like steal that idea, I really don't mind. Alright, there we go. Having a little bit of like an overpass sort of area here. I don't know where would this pathway end, but probably around through here, I guess. Just round it off around the corner, around through here, maybe. That might be a pretty good like way to end things off. Fix that. And I'm out of white glass. Lovely. Pick that spare one up. Whee! I should probably move the shulker boxes, but at the same time, I'm just not bothered. But it probably would be wise to move the shulker boxes now, because we're just mainly working in this area. That's a bit too narrow, so that looks much better. Add another layer. And yeah, that seems like a pretty good sort of pathway. Even though this area is way too cramped for a building, so I might just think of something else over here to occupy that space. Now for this area, I don't know if I want to keep the staircase, because this looks really bad. But at the same time, I don't know what other alternatives I have, so we might as well just work with it for the meantime. So we'll just have to like make a bit of a weird sort of janky sort of like pathway to this place over here for the meantime, I guess. Would I want to make it 4 blocks wide or 2 blocks wide? Same width of this staircase or nah? I don't freaking know. Oh god. This is going great, isn't it? There we go. Oh wait, this is 5 blocks wide. Why the frick did I want this to be 5 blocks wide? I don't know, whatever, I have no idea. So maybe we'll just, maybe just make it just 2 blocks wide over here. And see how that goes. Actually, that's not gonna work. It had to be like this, oh my god. This is not great. None of this was actually gonna be great, but, yeah, I guess 2 blocks wide would just be fine for now over here. Anyway, stay hydrated from aspect again, or not really again. But anyway, stay hydrated from aspect. Stay hydrated as always. Stay hydrated. Always stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. God, my nose really hates me so much. Alright, go over here. Not too sure if we'll be touching a lot of like building floor plans for today, but then again, I should probably do have like do something, or just really have a focus on doing some of those for quite some time, I guess, around through here, and see how that goes. Alright, break all of this. Alright, and then lay out a little bit of extra glass around through here and see how that would look. I mean, it might work. I don't know where this pathway is going to go, though. I have to probably make a right angle turn and have it, like, sort of stretched out over here and see how that would go, I guess. Anyway, 500 more glass to mine, apparently? Like, how much more glass do I need to mine to reach a milestone, I guess? Up towards 69,000 blocks, I see. Okay. Roughly around, like, 69,000. That's fair enough. How long have you been working... Sorry, for how long have you been on this work? So I'm presuming how long have you been working on this project? And so far we've been working on this project since like February of this year. So I would say it's been relatively recently since we started this Hardcore World project. Compared to that to Ice Nemesis, where we like stopped kind of streaming the work since like February of this year, and it started like on July of 2020. This work has been pretty much like relatively new compared to Ice Nemesis and all that stuff. So it made like a lot of progress. I would say compared to like Ice Nemesis, we made so much more progress in terms of like terraforming and stuff like that. Like this would easily outmatch Ice Nemesis in terms of its scale and its sort of like complexity, which is a pretty good thing. At least it really shows how long I've been like working on this. I mean, this project has only been going on for like 10 months? Not even 10 months, like 9 months. So it's not really that long compared to like the 1.5 years that Ice Nemesis took, I guess. Well, it's not really much of a like... Well, it's not even like 1.5 years. I think it's way beyond that, so... It's not really an easy comparison to make Ice Nemesis compared to this project, I guess. Alright, so first of all, or next thing we probably need to do is find a way to split up a lot of this empty space over here with like different plots of land. Because it seems kind of odd just to have like random like, just having this huge ass blob of land to like use up. So probably would have like a road that would just like go around through here and see how that would look, maybe. I have no idea how to really phrase that or articulate that. So let's make a little bit of a road through here, and then maybe we'll just make this into like a few right angle curves for the meantime, or not curves, right angle turns for the meantime, and see how we can kind of adapt some like buildings around through here. Doesn't need to be perfect, but just something to make things a little bit more interesting for us to work on, which is kind of what I like. Just added complexity just for me to like think of some much more better ideas. Alright, go over here. This is one interesting, sort of like road in the middle of this entire plot of land. Very, very interesting. Anyway, more chill vibes. Alright, there we go. Seems to be pretty good so far. We'll just fill in the rest of the space over here. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm out of white glass again. You know what? I'm moving the freaking blade shulker boxes because I've been not really like having easier access with getting these stupid things over here. So let's just move them real quick. Time for you to be relocated once again. Loop. Did I get all of them? Hopefully I did get all of them. I'll be very mad if I didn't. There we go. All the gray and white shulker boxes over here. There we go. Red. Actually, let's move this over here. There we go. And black can just be over here for the meantime. Perfect. What are you doing over there? Get owned. Alright, let's get going. I don't know if this is going to work very well, I just realized, but Probably a bit too late for me to really complain too much, unless it is really that bad. Not really. This seems like a very interesting sort of like plane of like space to work with, so might be pretty interesting in how we will adapt some buildings around through here. That looks pretty interesting in some ways. Alright, so that's pretty much done over there. I mean, I guess we could start working on like the actual buildings around through here, I guess. So, time to grab a crap ton of light gray glass and see if we can plot out some pretty good looking buildings here, maybe. Probably would not need to be looking very great, but better than nothing, maybe. So, let's see here. So we wanted a building, I remember saying that we wanted a building around through here. That kind of overhangs across like the edges of this entire like place here. Also, I probably need to get rid of the bloody leaves. Probably need to get rid of the leaves here because it's gonna be pretty kind of jarring to like have like a stack of leaves in our like inventory, which is definitely gonna be annoying for management and all that stuff. Where the frick is the shulker box that I usually keep a crap ton of leaves? I remember I remember like getting them earlier, I think. So maybe it's left on like the top over here? Excuse me. There it is. I'm gonna steal this and then grab the rest of the leaves over here. Perfect. Let's just put you over here for now. Great. Let me just do that. Then we're gonna grab all of these boys. And then replace them with red glass, because I know for a fact that's gonna spawn in a crap ton of mobs. Because I'm a genius. Let's see. There we go. You knew that morning streams make me a little bit more smarter than usual compared to the evening streams. I'm not always going to be tired AF, even though usually mornings can also make me pretty tired AF. But then again, I drank some coffee, because this is a subathon stream, and I would not be... I should not be completely surprised if someone decides to gift like 100 gifted subs and destroy the timer even more, but yeah, I highly doubt that's gonna happen. So far, no one has really given too much care about the subathon timer just yet, which is, I guess, a blessing, because I do want to like have some normal days of like just doing normal stream times instead of like, I don't know, like an 8-hour stream where my throat dies after a while. It would probably be the best thing I should probably do, or yeah, probably the best thing I should probably do compared to like other things, I guess. I guess there's like some sort of weird like good and bad points of like being like a medium or small streamer as like being a Twitch partner and stuff like that compared to being a big streamer all the time. Because at least people are not going to flood you with like tons of money and then you just torture yourself even more. But then again, you don't get to earn any sort of proper living income, I guess, from like being a Twitch streamer if you don't have a crap ton of like people watching you all the time, or a lot of people with wallets, I guess. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but at the same time, it also is I guess, a bit of a blessing, in or some degree, I guess, at some degrees. I don't really care if the leaves like fall down again, because I could still get even more. These are like spruce leaves, right? Yeah, these are very easy to get. Anyway, I do have a wallet and a job, but no way to pay to Twitch LMAO, which is a bit of a bro moment, isn't it? Because I swear to God, like, I don't know if like, I know for a fact PayPal kind of works, but I know that like the PayPal authentication is a bit finicky for some reason on Twitch. So yeah, it's kind of bizarre in some ways, but should be completely fine in some degree. But yeah, very, very weird. Alright, let me just quickly dump all these things over here and see how that would work. Also, I need to pretty much kill you. Where the frick did you even come from? I just realized, where the hell did you even arrive from? Did you just fall down from like all the way over there? Or, unless you spawned over here, then that makes a lot more sense, but at the same time, why? Why did you decide to like come into existence and try and threaten me? Alright, anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, back to doing the actual hardcore planning thing, I guess. Still need to like plan out where all of the buildings around through here, I guess. Let's see here. So we got some orange stained glass, light gray stained glass, and we'll see how this area would work, hopefully. Alright, so what building would fit over here? Like, where would the building actually begin? That's actually the first question I should ask. Maybe we'll have like a corner over here, I guess, and see how that would look. How you doing, by the way, Vivo? Also, Gretz, thank you for another stay hydrated. So stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I hope your day's been doing pretty nice so far, Vivo. Stay hydrated. Alright, let's go over here again. Would that work? I don't freaking know. Okay, let's have like a bit of a pathway here. And a little bit of a dip over here. Then we can have some sort of like a turn over here. Building floor plans is not really my strong suit sometimes, so yeah, just take everything with a bit of a grain of salt whenever I'm like planning some like buildings out over here. Chill vibes. Oh frick. Do not die in the lava, thank you. God, I have to be very careful when it comes to like placing down glass here. Okay, let's go and place down a corner block over there. That looks pretty good. Where would this next corner block be? Probably over here, I guess, because this area is very, very tight. Let's go over here instead. I'm trying to like make sure that there's enough space around through here. And I am very scared that there isn't enough space to go through there, so who knows? This probably would be a terrible idea. Alright, do not die. Thank you. I'm just trying to conserve as much glass so I don't need to like be in pain all the time whenever I lose it. Alright, this is just gonna be... How wide is this area gonna be? Just only 3 blocks wide? Probably gonna fix that, because that's just not gonna be a very livable space. Yeah, that looks good. Corner over there. Alright. What the frick am I even... No, this is not gonna work very well if I go over here. Anyway, doing good, thank you. Went out to eat with some friends today. Turns out the menu item is called Backfire. It's really spicy and hot, but it was enough to be endured. It's enough to be endured. So you're pretty much able to like, tolerate this hot spiciness, which I can kind of respect, honestly, because I have a very low like, well, not really low, but just a lowish like spice tolerance. But yeah, that would make sense for like a menu dish by the name of Backfire. Thinking that, oh, it's not that bad, and then immediately backfires on you. Lovely though, it's just absolutely lovely. Excuse me. Jesus Christ, my stomach really wants to burp all the time. Anyway, started watching you when you were mining, mining the walls. That was like back in April? No, June. That was back when we were like, still, yeah, that was like back in June. Because I remember like the last time we did like the subathons and stuff like that. It was around June, and that's when I was also doing like a lot of like wall mining around through here, because I was trying to like clean up all of these areas over here to maximize the space for the city, or just maximize the spaces over here, I guess. So that's interesting. I mean, that's how long this project has been going on for, which is pretty ridiculous in some ways, I guess. Excuse me. My nose is already beginning to block up. Let's see. Now, I can't really fit buildings here, but considering that we have a building over here, part of me feels like it should occupy these areas with some sort of building. But at the same time, I don't know if that's something I want to keep going for after a while, because it might be a little bit too whack, I guess, but I have no idea. Alright, anyway, let's just quickly fix up all of the areas over here with some important details. We need to quickly add, actually, let's quickly add like the outer walls or inner wall areas here. Just to make sure we have like, we know that there's enough space inside the building that we can work for like interiors and stuff like that, because God forbid if we build buildings that just don't have like a livable interiors and all that stuff. It does make me question, though, that a lot of like big city builds often would have like buildings that are very cramped looking, but they just don't have an interior in general. And I don't know if that should be like an idea or like sort of a thing that we should pursue for this entire city as well. And that is just to like not worry so much about what the interior space is, and if it just doesn't fit, then we just don't do anything inside the building. But then again, I don't know if that's going to be feeling authentic, if you know what I mean. There's something about that just doesn't feel right. Meanwhile, me not having a lot of time still modding because I'm the only mod, yee. I mean, you don't necessarily have to always mod, because I can also still like do a lot of the moderation here, despite me doing all the streams and whatnot. But at the same time, if you have work, please focus on your work first, and then if there's something very whack happening in the chat, then you can help out a little bit with that. But since the chat has been very dead or chill in some ways, I don't think there's going to be a huge issue with that, so up to you, I guess. But yeah, preferably I want you to like try and do as much of your work as possible, mate. But yeah, you do what you want to do, I guess. I know, it's a sense of gag. Like, part of me feels like you're just wanting an excuse to slack off, and another part of me feels like you want to like overthrows Emily's sort of like best mod title, but then again, I would probably still yell at you to still do work. Sodium will be lurking, that's no worries then, mate. Mail. You do what you need to do, mate. Anyway, what land, or presumably country, says, do you think will win the World Cup? I have absolutely no idea, because I haven't really been following the World Cup whatsoever. And yeah, so far I have no idea, honestly. All I know is that like Japan won against Germany, which was apparently a huge surprise, which I can understand. Because Germany used to be like a pretty like formidable force, but then they got beaten by Japan. Very interesting. Anyway, time to keep doing more work. Everyone's just gonna be mainly lurking and just chilling a little bit, so that's all good. Just us doing the lurking thing while breaking glass, and my nose also blocks the frick out of my friggin' throat. It makes me like get pretty like annoyed, because so far like my nose is a very important like part of like my body that requires me to breathe all the time, and it just doesn't want to do that because it's blocked and stuff like that. So it's just pain, just pain. All right, there we go. Should I go back to making some more diagonal walls? I don't know if that'll be a good idea still, because I'm not a big fan of building diagonal walls all the time. So, you know what, I'm just going to keep it to like just straight, sort of like jagged walls like this. Just because it'll look a little bit more interesting, I guess, so we'll see how that'll look. Alright, let's go and put some blocks around through here. Alright, you do the lurk then as well, Hezengek. Make sure you do all the work that you need to do, mate. Frick. This is really going very well. Do 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 do. Go over there. Ah! Go over there. Just making sure that I do not like accidentally mess up with the placement of blocks. And yeah, I guess that kind of works out. This area is this one square area over here is way too big, so we'll definitely need to do something about that. But now here comes the challenge. How do we make this into multiple buildings, I guess? Because this really reminds me of like a not CBD area, but like, you know, those sort of cluster home areas in like European cities and stuff like that. This kind of reminds me of that sort of like layout, maybe. But now I just had to figure out how do I split these up into like multiple different buildings, and whether there's enough space, you know, as well, because some of these areas are pretty tight fits. So maybe we can add something over here. Then again, that's only going to be 2 blocks wide, so I have to be pretty wise on how we fit this correctly. So let's see if we can add like a wall through here. And then have this area split up. There we go. Throat, freight, please. Please, throat. Can you just chill? I mean, I know you've been sick for like a couple of days, but can you also just chill? It's just the bare minimum I ask of you. Alright, anyway, let's see. I don't freaking know where this wall is gonna go after a while. Oh no. Let's get some more of these. So we got that over there. What building do I want over on this side? Maybe have like a little bit of like an L-shaped building over here? Like an L-shaped building over here, I guess? But that'll be kind of bizarre. Well, not bizarre, but like kind of weird. I really have no idea. So, frick me. I'm so bad when it comes to like doing like proper buildings and stuff like that. Okay. So we know that this is going to be one building as it is. Do I want to make this into like an L-shaped building like this? Would that make sense? Maybe. I mean, there's only one way we can find out, I guess. Okay, so actually, let me just see if we can lay out this first. Lay out this, then we add this. Okay. Then we add a little bit of this. And then have that turned over here. Right. Honestly, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea if this is going to work well or not. But hey, at least we can make this area into like a single building, I guess. So, I guess that works out. This is a good way of splitting the buildings, even though there's only 4, and I can feel like I can split this even more into 3, or not 4, but 5 or 6. But at the same time, I don't think this is too bad. These are pretty big buildings, though, but I guess that fits pretty well over here. Part of me wants to split this up into half, though. So maybe I can make some room over here for another building. Let's see if I can just split this up. There we go. Yeah, there's enough space for another building here, so that's fine. These areas here, yeah, I think these are fine as it is, so I think that should be a good way of splitting up these grids. Or plots of land anyway into multiple buildings. Alright, so now we need to make some extrusions, so that way we have some entrances and whatnot. We can add an entrance over here. Put some entrances over here and see how that will look. I have no idea if this is going to look nice or not, but oh well. Oh well. Alright, let's go over here. Nice. That's one entrance. What would this entrance be? This probably would need one of these. And then maybe like an asymmetrical entrance. 1, 2. Let's make this into like a very skinny sort of entrance, maybe. Would that work out? I don't freaking bloody know. Part of me thinks that this is not going to work out, but oh well. There's only one way to find out, I guess. Where would this entrance be? Let's expand this by an extra block. Occupy this space. And there we go. How long is that area there? 3, 4. Yeah, let's just move this back an extra block. There we go. Do 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 do. Do I want to put 2 entrances or just 1 entrance? I guess 1 entrance would make a little bit more sense. And we can use that area for a little bit of extra space, but part of me doesn't like that. But oh well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Alright, there we go. That fixes that area, I guess. Alright, that looks good. Where the frick would this entrance of this building be? Maybe around through here, maybe. Which I guess makes a bit of sense. Let's add a quartz pillar over here. We'll expand this all the way up to the edge of this pathway here. Yeah, that looks a bit better. A little bit of an asymmetrical sort of entrance here, which is perfectly fine. Looking a little bit more interesting anyway. This seems a little bit jarring, so we'll probably just add a little bit of extra like accents over here, so that way it looks a little bit more neater. The entrance to this building would have to be over here, because I can't think of anywhere else this would need to go. That's no worries then, Gret. Hopefully see you next time. You be sure to get some good sleep then, Gret. But yeah, be sure to get some good rest then, mate. Alright, go over here. Do 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 do. Might as well start getting the actual wall layouts done. That'll be kind of stupid if I don't do that anyway. It'll just be a huge waste. Sorry, it'll just be very annoying to just suddenly do it after all the changes. I really don't like. I always get like the sort of weird what's the word? Like I always get like this sort of observation that I'm always like moving and placing down blocks very fast, and it really reminds me of like playing in like a lot of like Bed Wars like matches in the past for whatever bloody reason. Maybe it's just like some sort of old habit that I have like quite some time ago, where I'm just able to like place down blocks very quickly and all that stuff, and that's the reason why I'm being frantic in some areas here. But yeah, it's just a bit of an odd observation that I have now. Alright, there we go. Fill these areas here. Yeah, we probably need to also add the walls over here. God, I can't even like match up with the melodies anymore. My throat is really scuffed. My nose and my throat, to be more exact, actually. What I can do over here actually is probably like extend the width of this building by a small bit. Just add a little bit of extra detail. Let's move it over here instead. How the frick do I memorize the melody of this track? God, I'm already going insane. Yeah, I think that's a pretty nice sort of layout for a few buildings here, and I really like the variety of like different shapes as well, which is really key when it comes to like making like a lot of like cool looking buildings in your own cities in some ways. So that looks pretty good. Now I just have to plan out the buildings for this plot of land now. Lovely! I have no idea how this is going to go, but I don't seem to really care too much anyway. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully it doesn't look like absolute garbage. But I have a feeling it is going to be absolute garbage by the end of it. But we'll see. Is it just me, or is the music much required than usual? Then again, it could just be me. But I have no idea. Maybe the music is just quiet, as I said, off. That it sounds a little bit more quiet. But yeah, no idea. Maybe it's just my ears being stupid. Let's see. We're gonna have one go over there. Okay, we can go in this direction over here. Then we can have another sort of extrusion over here. Would that work out? I think that's gonna be way too a little of space here, so we'll just have that go around through here, I guess. Now for this area here, I would definitely need to do some sort of diagonal, sort of wall of some kind, because it would not really work out with any other sort of design, maybe. That would look jarring though. But I don't think there really is that much we can really do about that. Alright, a little bit of an entrance over here, because why not? You can also die, you stupid piglin shite. And avoid this diagonal here. Some of this feels a little bit awkward, but at the same time, some of it also feels a little bit natural. Just breaking down blocks like this. Absolutely incredible. Right, there we go. And how does that look? I mean, we need to quickly add the outlines first, so that way we can see how it finally looks. Let's just also dump all the leftover red glass we have. There we go. Also running low on orange glass as well, which is interesting. Go. Oops. What the frick is... Okay, what the frick did I want for this stupid area over here? Did I want this to be a bit of a weird sort of... I mean, I might as well make this into a diagonal wall of some kind instead. This seems kind of a bit jarring. There we go. That looks absolutely horrid, but at the same time, I don't know if there's any better alternatives for this. What in the bloody hell is... This way. There we go. That looks a little bit more better. There we go. A corner over there. Nice. This would have to be diagonal. That's what we agreed on earlier. What we haven't agreed on is where the frick would that turn end? Frick. Let's try to go over here a little bit. Frick. Like so. Would that look neat? Maybe I like a pillar over there. Another pillar over there. That seems a little bit short over on this side, though. This is going great. Maybe I'll just continue this a little bit. Yeah, it looks good, I think. God, being someone who's creative. I mean, then again, every single person who's creative would always doubt a lot of ideas. And these ideas are definitely worthy of getting a lot of doubt, because some of these ideas just don't look good. Fill in these spaces just a little bit, and there we go. How does that plot of land look? Not too bad. It looks... Well, it looks jank, which is what I would expect when it comes to making floor plans, I guess. But, it could work, I guess. I really don't like these diagonal walls though, but at the same time there really isn't that much we can really work around in terms of this space over here. Alright, the next thing we probably need to quickly do now is add like a layer of like where the actual walls are going to be for this building. So you need to grab a crap ton of black glass and then fill in the edges over here. Or something like that. I can't sing shite, so that's lovely. Alright, let's just keep going around through here, I guess. Do. I always wondered, would chill streams really work very well for like doing subathon stuff? And the same, I mean, there's actually, my brain hurts trying to like get like a proper conversation going, but like I guess it's like a bit of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it's good for the streamer because you don't need to talk as much, but on the other hand, it's not engaging. So viewers would get kind of bored and just leave in droves, I guess, so it's kind of like a weird mix. Because I like to do in chill streams, but at the same time, I've seen people already said multiple times that like it's pretty boring. But at the same time, people also enjoy lurking to them, but it doesn't also like contribute too much to like subathons and stuff like that, so it's kinda I guess. Don't know how well that's gonna go. Alright, there we go. Oh, my nose really is annoying. God, why am I so bad at placing down blocks? Alright. God damn it. My throat is really, really stupid now. But yeah, it looks a little bit more better-ish. We'll just need to make sure that the corners do have like some basalt pillars, but overall it looks like a pretty good shape, I think. Again, this triggers me, but at the same time, there really isn't much we can really do about it, I guess. We could move a little bit of the wall to the edges here, so that way we can maximize a little bit of the space over here, because I feel like this area is a little bit too cramped up. But overall, it's not too bad, I guess. So we can try and move this a little bit over here, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, there we go. This will be pretty good so far. Now we just have to make sure we can split this up into multiple buildings. And this is going to be a bit of a challenge with this sort of weird layout, I guess. Some of it is friendly-ish to making like a sort of building, but some of it also is not really friendly whatsoever. What we can do for this area, let's probably split this into like 2 sections pretty easily. That'll just be 3 blocks wide, which is perfectly fine. There we go. Let's see. Oh my god, I hate the way that this is so big. Like, this area is super like big to work with. Because now it just really is about like how to find like the right sort of spacing for some of the buildings here. Let's go over in this direction as well. always love listening to this track. Bit of a weird S-shaped sort of like building over here. I think it is a bit natural that I'll like have like buildings that just go kind of like directly like this, maybe? Well, I don't know. I should really do some research on some of the building layouts in like other cities in the world, but then again, I'm a lazy idiot, so I cannot tell if that's completely true or not. Also, welcome to the Fox Army, by the way, Richard. Holy frick. Can I not speak anymore? Hope you're doing pretty nice so far, though, Richard. Welcome to the Fox Army. Okay. We could probably leave that as it is for now. I mean, then again, we have this sort of weird issue here where we don't have like a proper space for a doorway. So we could adjust this a little bit. We can adjust this a little bit so that way there's a little bit extra room for like a sort of doorway over here. That could probably work out very well. There we go. Let's see how that will look. Yeah, that looks a little bit more better. Now we just have to make sure we can fit like the proper walls for this area. Oh god. We can also fit like another building over here, so what we could do is not do that. What we can try and do is probably split this area like this. Have like some sort of like a turn like this. How you doing, by the way, JKE? Hope you're doing pretty well, by the way. God, the way this entire plot of land is laid out is not great. This is definitely not great whatsoever, but I guess we can work with this. Ender_Prince, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Another thing we can try and do is go like this. A bit of a turn over there, and then we have like a bit of a sliced off area over there, maybe. Hopefully that looks pretty good. Right, so we have somewhat of an entrance over here, which is useful. We can have an entrance over here for a doorway. An entrance over here for this building over here that looks oddly like a kidney for whatever reason. So we can have a doorway over here, which is good. God, my nose really isn't wanting to make me breathe, which is really, really helpful. How the frick would there be a doorway for this building? Where would the entrance be? Because if we have to like make a doorway, we might as well like make this area over here flat then. So let's just fix this. Thank God I'm not actually building the actual buildings for these areas here yet. Because at least we're still in the planning phase, and this is why you plan. This is why you plan out buildings first, because you know for a fact, like, you're going to make a huge amount of mistakes, or the layout's going to have a lot of mistakes, and you just don't want to tear down an entire building just to get things freaking fitted in properly. So it's nice to have, like, a good sort of plan like this. Alright, there we go. So that looks pretty good. Wall around through here, wall around through here. Looks pretty good. Entrance over there, entrance over there. Entrance somewhere over here, I guess. You can piss off, you think, Hoglin. Okay. Die. Thank you. Alright. Alright, entrance over here. That looks pretty good. Where the frick would the entrance of this building go over here? Maybe over here, I guess. This very bizarre corner. Maybe? I mean, I guess it kind of works, I guess. But I could have wanted this over here, but I think it should be fine as far as I know. Anyway, I can't stay for the moment. I have school, but I'll be back throughout the day to check in and hope you have a great stream. I mean, you do what you need to do then, 𝗦𝗬cie. Where are they? Like, the only thing I can think of, like, where you guys are having school right now is here in New Zealand, but at the same time, people are still watching me from school, for heaven's sakes. Focus on your classes, guys. Alright, so far, we got that area sorted out. How many buildings have we fitted over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's... excuse me. That's a pretty reasonable amount of, like, space to fit in. Australia, right. it really shows how much like I try to cater to like a specific time zone, and it doesn't really go great in some ways. But then again, like a lot of people do get like a lot of front page recommendations from Australia, so I guess that's pretty pog in some ways. At least we're getting some people to come from Australia, but at the same time, it's not the greatest time for like Australian like viewers to come in because of school and whatnot. But oh well. I mean, then again, summer vacation is coming up pretty soon, so I guess it's gonna soon be a good time for like Australian and New Zealand viewers to start watching again. So again, double-edged sword as always. Frick you knows. Also frick COVID as well. Alright, so far I'm pretty... I mean, the layout, some of these buildings, they are not great, but they're not terrible either. So we probably can easily work with this sort of layout later on in the future. So yeah, I can't really complain too much about that. So let's just keep going, I guess, from there, I guess. Holy frick, I cannot speak anymore. Okay, so do I want to build some buildings over here, or maybe just a building over here, since we could kind of occupy this space a little bit. And this can just overhang by some margin, I guess, and see if that looks pretty good or not. God, I sound so nasally. Freaking heck, stupid bloody nose. I don't think streaming and the weather is helping as well, because it feels pretty damn cold for like some time now. Actually, it has been pretty cold for quite some time now. Just when I thought that the early summer heat was here, boom, we'd suddenly get like a huge amount of like drops in temperature all of a sudden. So that's just perfect timing, isn't it? Absolutely perfect timing when it comes to like temperature shifts a little bit. Then again, the weather could also just be trolling us, so who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen for real? How many blocks wide is this? That is way too small. That is a bit too small, but what we could do is do like some sort of like overhang pass around here? Like a balcony of some kind, but I don't know if that will look neat or not. Probably would not look neat whatsoever. Probably would not look neat, period, so I don't think it would be a good idea to build a building over here, but at the same time, it might work? I don't really know. This is really some of the dilemma that you get. Try to like form out some pretty good buildings around through here. Frick you knows, why? Why are you really trying to be an absolute arse like 1 hour into the stream? Frick you. I hate this nose. Okay. We'll just probably have to like I probably would just not build a building over here then. Yeah, I have to make like the safer choice maybe. Thank you, Ultra, for just saying cheese in the chat without any sort of context. Hope you're doing pretty well, by the way, Ultra. Gosh, I really love listening to this track. It's always such a nice track to listen to. Anyway, no, I'm tired and new. Well, I'm currently sick right now, so we're all kind of in like different states of pain right now. But yeah, big rip though that you're feeling a bit tired, so that's lovely. Okay, so we got this entire area completely nailed down. Again, I'm still debating if I want to build buildings on the edges over here. Probably best I don't, and just have this building over here for now, because I don't really know what else to really fit in that sort of area. In the meantime, let's see if we can try to occupy some buildings over here and see if that would work well, I guess. Alright, let's go put some stuff over here. Train for 3 hours of martial arts, and tomorrow is another 3 hours. I mean, if it's like very intense training, then that's pretty yikes, but usually 3 hours is a pretty good amount of time for you to do like any sort of like training sessions, honestly. So it depends on really like how intense it is, because if you've been pretty much tired from like 3 hours of like intense training, then I can understand that completely. But then again, it depends really pretty much on like the intensity of like the sort of like training, I guess. Because if if you feel tired after just like a basic amount of training, that might show a little bit of like some need to work in cardio and like respiratory sort of like exercises maybe. Maybe, I guess. God, I can't speak properly. But yeah, I have not seen the full picture though, but it could just be very intense. Oh, it's just entrance training. So that really just shows that it might need to do some work on like both cardio and respiratory stuff. Because if it's only just like entrance training, like very basic sort of like entrance training, I guess, or it's just straight up entrance, bleh. Just like training to like learn how to do martial arts, you definitely probably need to work out like cardio and all that stuff, or something like that. It is a basic or whatever like that. So probably. God, excuse me, but throat's really beginning to die. Okay, let me just quickly get some more light gray glass. So it isn't basic, but it's still entrance stuff. So what is your entrance, sort of like, training supposed to be then? If it isn't like learning basic techniques, then what exactly is it like training you? Intense? I don't know how to spell it. It's intense. Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what it is. If it's like intermediate training, then I guess it can be pretty intense, but then again, it depends on also on like the sort of like intense. So it was like intense. I-N-T-N-S-E. So tense, intense, so it was like intense training. Okay, that makes a lot more sense then. Yeah, English can be kind of rough in some ways. So yeah, that'll be very rough then. So yeah, dealing with like very intense training can be pretty exhausting, but also can be pretty like helpful in like strengthening muscles pretty fast. But it does require like a lot of stamina, which is pretty like yeah, freaking like annoying, but still pretty helpful. How the frick would this building be laid out? I have no idea. Maybe I should fix this area a little bit, or maybe I can just do this. What illness do you have at the moment? Because I definitely have sniffing right now. Well, I got COVID, so that pretty much says basically what my condition is right now. But symptoms are getting better, but the problem is that my throat and my nose have different priorities when it comes to being better. So that's another issue that I have to deal with. So yeah, that's currently what's happening right now. Surprisingly, I can still taste stuff, but then again, my nose is clogged, so that automatically makes me not able to taste things 100%, because there is like important like taste receptors on your nose whenever you block your nose and stuff like that. But like for the most part, I could still taste stuff, so I'm kind of lucky that I haven't lost my sense of taste yet. So that's a good sign, I guess. Alright, anyway, let's see if there's anything else. Anyway. God, my throat is completely and utterly dead. Need to, like, ask my dad to say that I'm busy right now because I'm still doing work. God. Let's see. Probably add, like, something over here and see how that would work. I'm trying to figure out how the bloody hell this entire building work out, because I just realized that since it's right next against a cliff face, it would not really be necessary to have these sort of accent areas over here. Maybe I should also have this also like be flat against the side of this cliff face wall as well, considering there's nothing. Yeah, there really isn't anything over in this direction, so probably just move this a little bit. Let's add one over there. Why do I see a sweet berry bush on the stream? That is the Streamlabs loyalty points. You can basically earn like, sorry. What you basically do is whenever you keep watching the stream, you get like a nice amount of loyalty points every 5 minutes, I guess. Also, I'm not going to say that name out loud, but welcome to the Fox Army. Very fitting name. I appreciate that, I guess. But yeah, welcome to the Fox Army, I guess, with that name. Excuse me. That was really annoying. But yeah, it's basically like a form of loyalty points by Streamlabs, which you can actually redeem for. You can redeem some pretty nice stuff as well. Whether it's like alerts or like other stuff if you want to take a look at it. But it says I have access to my user ID. What does that mean? It just makes sure that it has like, it knows what account is which. That's basically what that means as far as I know. Because basically every single like Twitch user has like, their own user ID, so that's basically all that it needs to say. Anyway, 𝗏𝗏, how you doing by the way, 𝗏𝗏? Hope you're doing pretty well. Let's see, we can add a bit of an accent wall over here. But yeah, welcome back, 𝗏𝗏. Do 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 do. Something over here as well. Anyway, good move this week to my first own flat. Nice. Hopefully the move has been pretty, like, smoothish, I guess. And hopefully everything has been going pretty well in your flat so far. That's pretty pog. Me, I'm currently sick with COVID-19, so that is a lovely experience right now. And currently we're doing a Subathon stream right now, which is definitely going very well. As you clearly tell by the high amounts of bits and stuff that we've been getting. AKA we've been stuck with a dead chat for like an hour, so yay. But anyway, it's been going okay-ish. Except for the COVID-19 symptoms, it can die. I got 8 berries. That's nice for you, mate. But still, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's no worries then, 𝗏𝗏, that's no worries. I really don't really put against people with them being pretty, like, late or being very inactive when it comes to streams, because I know for a fact that there's a lot of personal stuff that people have in general, so I never really cared too much about people just being either late or very, like, inconsistent with their watch schedules and stuff like that. So I don't really take that against people. Let's go over here. I don't know what it means, but I'm happy. I mean, you get like 8 tokens, so you could spend that on something if you want, but that's all up to you. Anyway, made its exams. I got geography tests tomorrow. What exam season is happening right now? Because I know for a fact that like, I mean, I guess like NCA and like New Zealand are having exams right now, but the majority of like early, not early, but like younger freshman year high school classes are already done with their exams. I mean, yeah, it depends on really what the time, like the schedule is, because there's like a lot of like different like exams happening right now. So it's very bizarre. Writing 3 tests on Monday. I'm not even in high school. I mean, that pretty much just is basically what non-high school tests are in some ways, I guess. I don't really know. But then again, it might be a bit concerning just to say that out loud. Anyway, let's just keep going. How you doing, by the way, 𝗏𝗏? Hope you're doing pretty nice so far, mate. How in the bloody hell do I structure this area over here? Let's add, like, another entrance over here. See if that will work pretty well for a building. Don't know if that will work out or not. Would you join 𝗦𝐶𝐶? Like, the competition? Like, absolutely. I would love to, like, have some opportunities just to play with, like, other creators. But not 𝗦𝐶𝐶I, because I would say the main difference between 𝗦𝐶𝐶 and 𝗦𝐶𝐶I, apart from like the fact that one's public and one's invitation only, is that like it's easier to try hard or have people like have like so much time tryharding the games in like MCCI compared to like what's offered for like the MCC sort of like tournaments, stuff like that. And I feel like it's a much more better experience overall if I just joined MCC instead of like being part of MCCI and all that stuff. But yeah, I would love to like join MCC and just like chill with like other creators instead of like dying to like some random tryhard from like North America. Plus the ping is absolutely terrible when it comes to like Minecraft servers, so it's not gonna be a fun experience for anyone from like New Zealand or Australia playing MCC. Why is my throat still trying to be an arse? Then again, my nose is being an arse, so I don't know why that even is a question I need to answer. Let's fix this real quick. There we go. Alright, so we have a little bit of like an entranceway for this part of the building, I guess, so that could kind of work. Can we expand this by a little bit? I don't know if it's... I mean, it's only one way we could find out if it's possible. Anyways, I only bought some paint, materials, and clothing, so next week I'm moving the rest, so that's pretty pog. So hopefully that's going pretty well. The Minecraft streams are so chill, that's what I'm trying to aim for. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but then again, I also make a lot of different types of tea, I guess. In terms of content, that is. But hey, I always love doing the chill streams. Should I fill this area with walls, or I don't freaking know. Don't know if that's gonna work out well. Did the chocolate help with your sore throat? I don't think chocolate helps in sore throats, period, I think. I don't think it really helps at all, because what it does is just gunk your throat even more. And, yeah, ideally I don't want to eat chocolate before I go live, because it will just destroy my throat even more in some ways. So yeah, that's something I don't usually go for. You can do !YT, by the way, Maxi. Because I still have a YouTube channel, it just hasn't uploaded in like a few months because I'm a lazy idiot. But then again, I do have a VOD channel, if you do !VODs in the chat. Let's see, we can move this over here actually. Move this by an extra block and that could work out a little bit better. Yeah, that could work out a little bit better. Right, so we could fit a building somewhat like this. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit awkward in some ways. There we go. That should work well. Tea with a bit of honey would be pretty nice if it were for the fact that I don't like the taste of honey and I don't really know any good tea that would help in terms of like my throat like this properly. There probably is like some pretty good teas out there, but I've also been very picky on what type of like flavor tea that I like. And some of the teas I just drink just taste like grass. So it's hard to really find like a pretty good tea that I like. But it would be pretty helpful if that was the case though. Alright, let's add some of these over here. More basalt blocks in the corners here. That looks good, that looks good. And the rest of the area here looks to be pretty okay-ish. I mean, these are very spacious buildings, but at the same time, I guess it fits pretty well-ish around through here. I think we can actually shorten off a little bit of this side here, because this is a pretty big building. So we can fix this. Yeah, a bit of honey and not tons of honey, so just a small bit. It also really depends on like that type of like honey as well, because some of the honey just tastes not sweet, but it has a very distinct taste that I don't like. It's hard to describe because it only affects honey and honey only. And I don't know what that taste is, but I absolutely despise it. So I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, I don't usually consume honey that much as a result of that. Peppermint tea sounds pretty good though. Is it chocolate because I said using marshmallows to help with sore throats? I mean, I don't have a sore throat. It's just a gunky throat. If you know what a gunky throat is after being sick and stuff like that, you know what I mean by that. Also, 𝗦cie, how you doing by the way, Zunk? Hope your day's been doing pretty nice. But yeah, I don't have an issue with a sore throat, because otherwise I would not be streaming at all, because I'll be in huge amounts of pain and wanting to die. But this is not a sore throat. It's a very gunky throat, which is annoying, but bearable in some ways. But it doesn't mean that, it just means that I also don't get to like talk very frequently as much, and I suffer a little bit because of that. But yeah, I don't have a sore throat though, which is a good sign, or a good thing. I think you guys say snot, we say slime, I say mucus, because that's what it is, not slime, or snot either. Anyway, Reason Misfit says, hello Fox, it's my birthday tomorrow. Hope you have a pretty nice birthday then tomorrow, even though we will probably do a stream tomorrow as well. So that's pretty pog. Frick you throat. Not you, but the throat. My throat is really gunky because I got COVID-19 recently. Oh well. That's all fine then, I guess. So far I'm looking at the building layouts here, looking pretty damn good, so I'm not going to really touch too much about this, or I'm also going to make this even worse. So I would say that's a pretty good sort of layout over there. Anyway. But yeah, hope you have a pretty nice early birthday, and we'll hopefully be able to do like a nice sort of stream tomorrow, so you can just celebrate your birthday during that stream as well. So that's gonna be pretty pog. Alright, just do a little bit of a stretch, because my back is a little bit tense now, and we still have like an hour or so of the stream to go, because this is supposed to be a Subathon stream, and so far this has really become a Subathon stream of no caliber, which is what I would expect anyway. That looks like a boot stomping center, what? Yeah, I honestly, I don't really know what this entire area over here is going to be, so it can just be completely up to your imagination, but for now it's just a plot of land for what a building could be for later on, so we don't have any finalized idea yet on what the buildings would be, but it could be something. It could be something similar to that, I guess. Would I want to build a building over here? This seems kind of weirdly messy to fit a building, but I mean, I could fit a building, I guess, around through here. Whether that will work well or not is up for debate, but one thing we probably need to do real quick is to fill in this area quickly. Still have netherrack in my inventory, which is really convenient. Let's go and fill out these small portions. There we go. Alright, how does that look? So what we can do is have like a plot of like this building over here, just encompassing this sort of section, I guess. So this area could be a pretty nice sort of plot of land for a building of some kind. So let's see if we can make this friendly enough for us to work with. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit like hectic to deal with. Oh, frick, mate. And I fell down. Lovely. Ah! There's definitely not going to be any room for like a proper farm or something like that over here. But it could be like a room for something, I guess, later in the future. But I'm just not too certain yet of what this area would be. But it could be for something that's looking pretty interesting, maybe. Alright, there we go. Will this be enough room for a building? I have no idea. So we'll just have to like, guess a little bit on how this would look. Alright, there we go. Let's also add the outlines over here. Yeah, but I don't think that really those ideas will work very well in these sort of like building contexts, I guess. And that's just me building the things. So we'll just have to see. Would I want like some pillars around through here, or would I just want this to be a flat area? I mean, I'll probably just leave it that over there and just keep this area being flat. do 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 do. Alright. Frick me. My throat really hates me like streaming like this. We can probably just put an accent wall over there, or like the pillar over there instead. And then around through here is where we can continue on like a bit of like a pathway, or not a pathway, like a wall of some kind for this building here. No idea what this building is going to be though, because this seems like a bit of a pretty big building to be right up against a cliff, I guess. And we can't really split it into multiple buildings either, so this will be interesting for us to deal with. There we go. Alright, let's just quickly add the black glass layer over here. Frick. I always love listening to these types of Sonic soundtracks. There we go, here. I don't think we can fit a basalt pillar over there, actually. Trying to make sure, like, it's in areas that it's easier to see, and usually the corners over here like this can be pretty easy to find those basalt pillars. But overall, I think that's pretty alright-ish. And this is a bit of like an odd number, sort of like, building of some kind, so we just have to make a single door entrance here. Yep, let's make this over here. Are you a furry? Nope. I think that's really like something that's addressed in the, like my bio that says that I'm not a furry. What the frick is even this building going to be? Because it is a pretty weirdly elongated sort of building in some ways. You like go over here, but then you have like a huge entrance over here and like a huge portion over here, I guess. I read it, but I couldn't find it. Let me just double check my bio again, unless I deleted it, but as far as I know, it's not. It should not be there. It says, also no, I'm not a furry and I'm not fundy. That is literally in my bio. I'm a fox that lives in New Zealand and I mainly play a wacky block game most of the time if I go live. Also, no, I'm not a furry and I'm not fundy. That's basically right in the bio, so I don't know if it's hidden for some people, but it's right there. It's in the bio. It's in the about page, by the way, if you're looking for it. I love the sort of light vocal like remix there. Noplo says, "Why did you ban me?" What? Ah, I see. This is really why I'm like very confused with some people in this chat, I swear to God. God, why do people have to be super weird? Anyway, Ultra says back, and also what happened? I mean, pretty much we're just vibing still working on both like the city floor plans here and a little bit of the building floor plans as well. So that's pretty much all that's happening right now. And also some guy decides to just become weird while asking why did they get banned. So I'm presuming they're trying to have like some sort of weird sort of screenshot interaction of some kind and just frame people of like being very abusive, I guess. But then again, this person decides to just spam the frick out of my chat for whatever reason. So I don't freaking know what their bloody idea is. Alright, anyway. Let's also just dump all the red glass over here. Yeah, people these days, but am I surprised? Absolutely not. That's just unfortunately what the some people in Twitch chat usually do, and it's just really, really sad. Alright, just a little bit of a thicker sort of like pathway on through here, and we'll see how that will work. Yeah, we were all stupid, don't worry, Shadow. Okay, so we have a little bit of like a cliff face pathway through here, so we can maximize as much space around here for any sort of building, so that's perfectly good. I'm stupid and I cannot find it. Do you have any access to like the about page whatsoever? Like, I don't know if you're looking at the mobile, or I don't know if you're watching this on mobile or somewhere else, but if you look on the desktop on twitch.tv/FoxNZ and all that stuff, and just scroll down, it literally shows the about page over here. So if you have trouble trying to like look for it, it's right over here. You just scroll down and voila, it's here. I don't know what else to say, but still very interesting though. And I'm gonna also delete that message, because why the frick do people need to know about this, please? Thank you, I don't really need to hear that. I can't tell if this person's trolling or actually being serious, because having like HIV and AIDS is not great. Then again, there are vaccines being like that are being developed for HIV and AIDS, which is really, really good to hear. I have cancer. You kill my mother. What? Are there people legitimately just trolling people? Unless there are like people that people just trolling people in like the chat and like the Subfest event, which is not surprising whatsoever for like Twitch chatters, so that's just interesting. Some people really just don't have any other time on their hands except just become an absolute arse on people's chats. So I'm just gonna tell this person to shut up for a bit, because I don't know what the hell is going on whatsoever. Also, I don't have any white glass left. Just quickly grab some more. Right, what was I trying to do again? I was trying to like figure out if this is like a good width for this pathway, but definitely would need to make this a little bit more like thicker in some parts. So that looks a little bit better, but also feels a little bit too thicker in some areas, but I think that should be fine, I think. Hopefully. I don't freaking blame, no, honestly. Anyway, I found it. I was looking at the about page, not on the stream text. What? Alright, anyway. Alright, anyway, let's just keep going around through here. Anyway, Fox, I'm going to make a joke if you're telling information like you have no glass or something like that. I'm going to say Fox News. I don't get the joke whatsoever. Alright, let's see if I missed any other portions. Is this a bit too thick around through here? I think that should be fine. Either the joke passed right above my head, or I legitimately have no idea how that makes any sense. But yeah, I don't really get it that much. Also, this seems a little bit too thick in some areas, because we're trying to make sure we limit this to like 2 blocks wide, and so far this has been 3 blocks wide, which is not helpful. We might need to like definitely trim this down a little bit because of the Fox News channel, and because you Fox, I think, and it's an American television. Yeah, I know what Fox News is. I had to deal with like a legal dispute with the Fox network about this bloody logo, by the way, so I'm well aware of who Fox News is, and also who the Fox network is, but also, like, I don't get the joke, because if it's related to glass, I don't get it. Anyway, let's just keep going around through here, and just pick up all the stuff here, I guess. Yeah, there's some portions of the glass over here that looks a little bit too thick in some areas. I think we might need to fix it once we're actually going to replace this glass with like a proper, well actually no, we have to keep the glass though, because that's the only way we can actually like have a pathway without spawning in a crap ton of mobs, so yeah, I guess that's just something that we just have to deal with, but some of the thicknesses around through here are really not great, so no idea. Anyway, also my time has come, low battery. I mean, you can just charge your phone, so I don't know if that's completely necessary though. But you do what you need to do then, I guess. You do what you need to do. But also please make sure you always charge your stuff as much as you can, because that's a very common occurrence I keep seeing on people's from people just like joining into the stream, is that their phones are about to die. Alright, let's just quickly go around through here. We're gonna make another pathway all the way to that edge over there as well, so we can maximize a little bit of this space here for more buildings of some kind, I guess. Don't know how that's gonna look, but hey, at least we can try a little bit. Alright, there we go. Fill this in. Anyway, I wanted to look before bed, and I'm tired. I mean, that's fair enough then. If you need to get some sleep then, Shadow, then that's all fine by me then. Be sure to get some good rest then, mate. Get some good rest. Anyway, but I'll recharge your phone. Indeed. Make sure you recharge your phone, mate. But yeah, be sure to get some good rest then. God, I freaking love the guitar riffs. It's always bizarre that, like, the freaking plenty, like, Sonic 06 music is always something nice to listen to. Alright, let's go and fix this area a little bit. And how does that look? That looks kind of jarring, not gonna lie. We'll probably fix this. No, and it's gone. Well, there goes the white piece of glass then, I guess. But yeah, I guess that works. Bit of a very bizarre right-angled sort of pathway, but seems pretty good. If I'm bothering you, please tell me. I know sometimes I annoy people without knowing it. I mean, so far you're not too annoying. So I'm easy to just like ignore and just not be too bothered by you just saying a lot of stuff, so honestly I'm not too annoyed, honestly, by your messages. I've seen way worse with other people who literally have no sense of like self-awareness, I think that's the right word. Yeah, no awareness about them being very annoying, so overall you're not too annoying, I would say. The messages are pretty much tame compared to others I've seen that are really more annoying than you. So that's all. If you want to like get some reassurance, and that, there you go, there's some reassurance, I guess. I would say like you don't need to keep like increasing the volume of messages at this point, because pretty much it's pretty alright-ish. Alright, let's just keep going around through here. Start adding like some layouts for what the buildings over here would look like. My stomach is telling me I'm hungry, even though I don't feel hungry. Which is both like a bit of a weird sort of like feedback loop of some kind. But in that case, I still have like my breakfast still lying around, so if I'm hungry, I could still eat something, I guess, while we're still doing the hardcore thing. Do 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 do. Don't know how much space we're gonna like use up in terms of like making these buildings, but hopefully we can maximize as much space as possible. Let me just quickly just do a huge like building plan first and see how that'll look. I think that'll be wise if we do that first. Do 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 do. I'll just have to make this into like a bit of a weird right angle turn, because this does not look to be very helpful whatsoever. Alright, just fix this area all up. There we go. Yeah, I think the layout looks pretty okay-ish. Not great, but definitely not worse. So probably can just easily live with that, I guess, for now. I mean, people have been saying that quite a lot, considering it has like some sort of parallels to like you know, like rooster cockfighting and stuff like that, which is pretty yikes. Just, yeah, a lot of very, very wacky parallels to like a lot of wacky stuff. Alright, we have to do like a diagonal wall over here because this area really needs a diagonal wall of some kind, which is really annoying. Let's put an orange one over here so that way we know that's a diagonal wall. Alright. God, making these building outlines is going to be a very tough job around here. So hopefully we're able to like get a good balance between things. Doo-doo. Nice. Alright, anyway. I have no idea how this is gonna look. This probably would not look very good in terms of like how much space is gonna be utilized around through here. But yeah, by the looks of it, it's kind of rough. There's a lot of like corners and turns that really need to be addressed. There also isn't a lot of like space we can really put a pathway through here, which is also really annoying. So that's something I'll need to figure out later on. Right. Like this. So a bit of like a diagonal sort of thing over here. Then another thing over here, which is lovely. There we go. Alright, let's make a bit of like a pathway here. Or not pathway, frick me. My brain's already beginning to die. Also out of light grade class, so I need to refill that. I don't remember, but I think we were like knocked out of like the qualifying rounds, I believe. So I don't think we were in like the FIFA World Cup whatsoever. Also, yeah, happy Thanksgiving to anyone in the US of A, which I cannot tell if anyone is from the US of A listening to the stream right now. But hey, big pog to those who celebrate Thanksgiving, I guess. Which is not us here in New Zealand or Australia. Alright, anyway. But still, pretty pog though, I guess. But yeah, how you doing by the way, Elry, though? Hope you're doing pretty well so far, mate. Alright, just fix all of this. This looks kinda jank. Everything has a look so jank today. Alright, anyway, let's go over here. Also, would I do anything about this? Probably not. At the same time, it kind of looks interesting in its own right, so I don't know if I would really want to do anything about this. Do 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 do. Like great glass. There we go. So a little bit of accent walls around through here, and then we'll probably do something around here. What the frick was my plan for this area? I don't freaking blame now. My brain is really not... My brain is not really thinking of, like, a very good ideas right now. Oh, God. Like, this really feels like a bit of like a very hard puzzle to like try and solve. Like, you're trying to like make sure you have a good amount of spacing for your building to make it livable, but also there's like other factors that just irritate me as well. So it's kind of a bit of a mess. Doing alright, work was closed for a bit for some maintenance and cleaning, but we're open again. Last night was an early night for me, as the place extended their bar after shutting down the kitchen for the night. So it was very busy, so it was a good time, good for the place. So that's good. Hopefully it wasn't too hectic though for anything work related, so hopefully everything was pretty alright. Anyway, I've been working on stuff, getting projects done, and having plenty of fun. That's good to hear. That's nice, Ellie. Meanwhile, here in New Zealand, I'm currently having COVID-19, so that was also fun for my end. But hey, that's still pretty pog though, Ellery. But yeah, I definitely should probably get some rest after this stream, I guess. And also, I can finally change the title, I guess, or I probably should update the title to something else a little bit different than just like it saying it's a subathon or whatnot. But as well, yeah, I don't know what else to say anymore. But hey, at least we're able to get to the next milestone in our day counter, so that's good. God, my throat and my nose really just don't like me. Anyway, well, here's to the good bout of rest when you do, yep. I do hope I will get like a nice amount of rest to like tell my throat and nose to just shut up. But I don't think that'll be likely for the next few days, I guess. But maybe by next week, I think it'll be better. To be fair though, my COVID symptoms have become a lot more better, so hopefully my nose and my throat also gets a little bit better. Hopefully. Doesn't New Zealand have pride in football or soccer and all that stuff? I mean, not really, because our main sports are really rugby and like other sports, I guess, like rowing and all that stuff, because we're mainly a marine country, but also are very like good at like rugby. So I think football here in New Zealand is pretty much a bit of like an afterthought, because yeah, not really a lot of like people usually like care about much about like football here in New Zealand unless we're like really good at football, and so far we've been kind of a mixed bag as of recently. So it's kind of Culture of football here hasn't been really as big as like other places in the world, like in Europe, so it's kind of whatever. Unless you're a European, then of course you're probably gonna be like, probably like cheering people on, I guess. Hey Luna156, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope you're doing pretty nice so far, Luna. Alright, let's go over here. Fill in the last bits over here, though. Don't think we ever won a single World Cup in football, which makes a bit of sense. Usually it's dominated by Europeans or freaking like Brazilians. Because a lot of people from like, there's like a lot of competitive like teams that are really into like football and stuff like that, which is interesting, which is good and interesting in some ways. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much because my throat and my nose are beginning to team up again. I can start feeling them trying to like become an absolute arse to me, so I'm just gonna like rest a little bit or just ease up on like talking a little bit too much. Yeah, that's pretty much what those countries have in common, I guess. I can't even sing the melodies anymore. Frick you, throat. I mean, a good thing about like just not talking in general while you're sick is pretty much you're able to save your voice for the rest of your streams, I guess. Which is good for subathon streams, knowing how my throat performance was, or how bad my throat was back when I did like a subathon stream back in June. Yeah, like the June streams were pretty brutal. So yeah, I guess that's a kind of like a highlight, I guess, of just being sick, is that you're not gonna strain your voice too much. And at least you have a good excuse to not talk that much as well. Which I can't tell if that's a good thing or not. Anyway. This area is not great, I would say. This seems like a bit of a weird sort of chokehold to deal with. Is there any way I can kind of fix it? There should be a way we can actually maximize more space and probably get rid of this. Would it be wise to even keep this in the first place? Oh boy. Alright, now here's where I would now need to think about having to deal with this. God, who knew? Actually, no, I should not be surprised that, like, even laying out buildings is going to make a huge bloody challenge out of all of this. But how on earth would I lay out a proper building or floor plan here without this being extremely and utterly whack? Because at the same time, I could try and split this up, which could work. If I split this up over here, so that way this area of this weird diagonal part of this building would be part of this building. But what the frick am I gonna fit over here? Like, it has to be like some sort of like storage area, I guess, because that would make sense, maybe? But then again, I don't know if that's gonna look very nice or not, so... And also really... But then again, I also don't really like this sort of elongated shape. It looks like a freaking knife from like a distance or whatnot. Or actually, no. It looks more like a sort of like shotgun of some kind. Because the silhouette, it literally looks like that. So I don't know. I don't know if I like this sort of shape of a building, but... Yeah, it's gonna be very, very jarring, I think. Because, yeah, it doesn't look good. Maybe I can make a bit of a curved sort of wall over here instead. Would that be better, or does that look even worse? It's actually... Okay, that actually genuinely makes me sound like Fundy, Jesus. But it actually doesn't look too bad if it's a diagonal instead, so... Now this looks even more like a knife or something, while this looks a much more reasonable sort of wall, I guess. So I guess we can work with this, I guess. It could be better, but honestly, I can't really be too picky, I guess, on how some of these would look. But then I just realized there's no entrance over here that could work properly, so that's also something I need to deal with. Oh god. You know what, I'm gonna probably build like a freaking entrance over here. God, who knew that building layouts over here is an absolute pain in the arse. I'm in such amounts of pain, or weird amounts of pain for my brain. My brain just doesn't like to work with this at all. Oh no. I mean, we can fit a building over here, which is fine. I don't know how we're gonna fit a building over in this space, though. I don't actually know how that's gonna work. Like, where do we even fit, like, a doorway? I think one way we can fix this is to probably move this, like, a little bit over in this direction here. Fit this over here. So what we can do is build, like, an entranceway over here. Oh god, here comes Asteria. Thank you for the 6 months of resub, by the way. Appreciate it. Hey, how you doing, by the way, Asteria? Whatever you do, do not... I would like to definitely rest, please. This is definitely not a subathon stream whatsoever. How you doing, by the way, Asteria, though? Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Anyway, we just don't mention this is a subathon stream, and then we'll be able to rest our throats a little bit, or my nose would just die or something like that. But hey, hope you're doing pretty well so far, Asteria. But yeah, be sure to get some good rest, Ultra. Okay, we can easily fit a building over here, so that's good. Anyway, currently at work, been here for 4.5 hours. So hopefully your work has been doing pretty nice so far, Asteria. Hopefully it hasn't been too stressful, hopefully. We can fit an entrance over here. God, who knew that building buildings is such a wacky job? This is what it must feel like, being like a freaking, like, what's the word again? Developer, I guess, in terms of like real estate and stuff like that. I don't know what the right word is, but like trying to like map out as much of like trying to like maximize as much space as possible, trying to like make what's the word? I can't even think of words anymore. My brain, stupid freaking brain. Why you're not making me like whatever. Did I just throw in the COVID excuse to say that my brain is just not operating correctly, or is that just normal me? I think that's just normal. That's just normal for me. Oh god. Thank you very much, Asteria, for the 5 gifted. I guess we're streaming for an extra 15 minutes. So yay, we have to stream for 3 hours and 15 minutes today. Thank you very much, Asteria, for the 5 gifted. But hey, at least the number is going up for for the XP bar, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, I guess. Make the most of it, says Elry. I mean, considering it's like timed work or whatever like that, I don't know how well that's gonna be effective though. Anyway, I'll be good. It's all I can spend. All I can spend. I've heard those words before, so you can easily tell how unconvinced I am by that. Unless that's truly how much you can spend right now, I'm unconvinced. Because you said those things before. And those weren't true. So please, hopefully you're being honest with me, because I know for a fact you've been dishonest with me before. But yeah. It's truly all I can spend because I have to buy stuff today. Okay, good. It better be the only thing you can spend for today. Because if you need to buy some stuff, then that's good. And so please do not spend more on me, please. I promise. Hopefully, you promise. I feel very... I don't know if I should trust you still. That's all I got to say right now. Because I know for a fact you've said this before, and it often turns out to be the opposite, but I'm going to keep your word. Hopefully. Trust me. You don't... Okay, I don't know if you can tell by the amount of, like, press X to doubt, like, feelings I have right now. Because yeah, just something feels off-putting. I don't know why. Something just feels oddly off-putting by that. I can tell how much you distrust me. Because you said this earlier, and I immediately regretted that. So I don't know if I would fully trust. But yeah, I'll try and trust as much as I can with that statement. But you have betrayed me before with that same statement before, so... I'm just gonna have to wait until the timer goes to 0. But I'll take your word for it for now. For now. But I swear to God, if the timer goes up by like a huge margin, don't be surprised if I say bruh and disdain you for your amount of trust, I guess, you're asking from me, I guess. But for now, I'll just try and be calm. I'll try and be calm, but I also need to... Yeah, I'll try and be calm. Alright, anyway. Back to doing some more floor mappings, and some of this does not look great. Some of the floor mappings there do not look that great, so we'll just have to deal with this. Where the frick would the entrance of this building go? I guess probably on the side like this, because it'll be a bit interesting if we put like a side entrance instead of over here, instead of like directly like this over here with like a corridor. It'll be interesting for us to work with, I guess. Yeah, I think that will look pretty interesting. Seems like a very interesting sort of like T-shaped room of some kind, so that'll be interesting for us to work with. Alright, still need to split up this building. I have zero clue on how that's gonna work. We might just make a bit of a diagonal split over here. That might work the best for this area. And then we can make it like a bit of an entrance around through, maybe over here. An entrance over here might look pretty interesting. So let's see how that'll look. Alright, a little bit of a pathway over here. We can make this 2 blocks wide. just for the meantime, I guess, because I don't think we can really do much around through here. Alright. So far, we'll just let the timer go down. I mean, at least we're already halfway close to our goal, or the first level goal, so that's pretty pog. So I guess that's a good start-ish to the Subfest streams, I guess. But I'm scared for what might come from like the next few weeks, or not weeks, but a few days. So it is definitely a feeling of anxiety now, which is not great. That's not a good sign. Alright, anyway. So we have to deal with this. Add some basalt pillars to the corners over here. Then we can add some more over here, I guess, and see how that would go. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good so far. I think the spaces between the buildings for now, I think for this area looks to be perfectly fine, so I think we can just touch on that. Or I think we could just leave that as it is for now for this area, which is good. I don't think we really need to like, yeah, overly just scrutinize this area, I think. Yeah, that looks good, that looks good. Let's see from like a top-down angle, or bird's eye view angle, how these buildings are arranged. And they seem to be pretty alright-ish, so I'm not complaining too much about this sort of layout. So I'll probably leave it as it is for now. Definitely would need to work on the staircase better, because this looks completely and utterly ugly. So we'll fix that probably once we're finally getting to working on the buildings, I guess. But for the most part, I think this area looks to be pretty much, yeah, pretty much done. I am squeaking like an absolute idiot right now. My voice is really, really destroyed. But yeah, I think that looks like a pretty good sort of like layout, so don't think I really need to complain too much about that. Now, how do we get all the way up over here? There has to be like another pathway, I guess, or we need to build like another pathway to get up to here, I think. So, I guess we just have to build like another staircase. Because I remember building like a staircase over here and it was god-awful, so I guess we'll just have to make another staircase over here again. Lovely. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. How much white glass do I still have left? We're running out of rockets, which is great, you know? Definitely not a problem. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have a lot of white glass, so let me just dump our supply of red glass that is in our inventory now and continue working on this portion over here. Right, there we go. Right, white glass around here, then we can start building a little bit of like a staircase sort of thing around through here, I guess. Don't know how many steps we need, so we're just gonna YOLO this. If this turns out to be too much, then yeah, we're fricked. That's basically all we're gonna like have as an indication that we overdid this or not, and I don't have my rockets with me. Good job. Good job, Fox. You really are good at freaking hotkeying your shite. Alright, anyway. Let's put this over here. White glass again. Alright. How did I want this to be laid out? So like something like this. Again, this is not a permanent solution just yet, so just take this pathway as a bit of a grain of salt. Why am I so bad at freaking collecting blocks? Okay, 38 more minutes. I could easily do 38 more minutes. Like, it's almost lunch, so it'll be a perfect way to like end off the stream, is just ending it off by lunch, so I ain't complaining too much. At least it ain't like an entire like 8-hour stream, so don't need to complain. Then again, I did ask Asteria to not spend so much money on me, so that could be also a bit of a pog situation as well in that degree. Alright, then we can have this pathway even out with that. Yeah, I think that would be pretty good, like, a direction for how we can let people go up and down through these different terraces, maybe. That looks pretty good. I mean, overall, we're making pretty good, staggering amounts of progress. I mean, then again, this is like turning into like a 3-hour stream soon, so should not be too surprising. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Then we have a pathway up to here, which looks pretty good. So yeah, overall, that looks pretty nice. But I'm going to leave this area here for another time, because I think we might need to start work a little bit over in this direction, because we kind of left this area off a bit abruptly, I guess, if that's the right word. So we can work on this terrace real quick, and then sort out the pathways to the rest of the terraces over here as well. So we can continue on over here, I guess. I need to get rid of all the white glass over here as well, so that's also lovely. Let's just add a pathway through here and see how this would go. I am breaking all this glass with a shovel for quite some time, which works anyway. It works perfectly fine anyway, because I do have like silk touch on everything I still have anyway. Holy frig, I cannot talk properly. Wow. Thank you, brain. Alright, going up. Going up. Do I legitimately feel hungry? I can still eat food over here, but I also don't feel hungry either. So what the frick is my brain telling me? Do I eat or not? I have no idea. Oh well. I don't have a ghost guy, dude. I can't talk. Ah. Sorry, I was saying I have a Girl Scout cookie, so I can eat that. But at the same time, my stomach is not telling me I'm hungry, but the other parts of my body are telling me I am. I hate this. Anyway, how you doing, by the way, Nico Noon? That's how to pronounce your name? Nico Noon. If that's how to pronounce your name. I apologize if I butchered it completely, but hope your day's been doing pretty nice so far, though, Nico. Right, this road has to be 3 blocks wide, so this has to go around through here. Probably up to this point for now, and then we're just going to clean up everything around here. At least we have some sort of Sonic Frontiers soundtracks finally listening in the background. But that's only the ones that are publicly available. I really wish I can get the full OST now. I always wondered, it would be necessary to have like some sort of like webcam, not really a webcam, but like some sort of like camera that's like pointed to where my space is, so that way people would know that this is like an actual human being that's like controlling this entire like playthrough and all that stuff. But I feel like that should be like done as like a reward of some kind, but I don't know what reward or what level would I want that reward to be. Maybe level 2 or 3 or something like that, so that way there's like a sort of camera for everyone to see that like all these movements are being done, or like all this work is being done by like someone behind like a camera or something like that. But I don't know how well that's gonna look, because I don't want to show my face yet. And I feel like it will be a little bit more better if people were able to like see like a camera point of view of like people working on something, but I don't know yet. I mean, that's because I'm saying yet because of course I probably would need to do like a face reveal like far in the future. That's what I mean by saying yet, because it's just gonna be a thing that I'll have to do in the future, but nowhere near now. But I don't know how I want this to be structured, or how do I want this to be organized, maybe. Well, because what I'm thinking is that maybe as like a reward for like reaching, I would say level 2 or 3, is that I have like a camera that'll be kind of positioned kind of like in the direction where the setup is, and then we'll have like a camera sort of point of view of like the entire like streaming setup over in this direction. I don't know if that will work very well or not, or whether that will be even a thing that should be a thing, I guess. But it'll be interesting to have like another POV of the entire like sort of streaming experience, I guess, over there, so that way it seems a little bit more authentic. At least there's more things to see while I'm like doing like the same thing over and over again, I guess. But I don't know how that's gonna work, or whether it'll work at all. That's Let's be completely honest, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna keep eating this cookie. God, I love listening to the soundtrack. Still pretty amazes me. It still amazes me that a lot of people actually don't like the sort of like somber vibes of like the orchestral tracks for Sonic Frontiers, when it just fits perfectly well. I mean, then again, a lot of people will change their minds once they finally play the game, I guess. So it's pretty amazing that people just don't know about this sort of direction, I guess. I love how the block placing is really in time with the piano. Alright, so making some progress here. I don't know if I want this sort of road to go straight through the middle of the entire like terrain like that, because I feel like that's a bit too jarring. So what I could probably do is how do we want this to be structured actually? Okay, so one part of me wants to build like a road that goes towards the edge, it's like similar to like the other designs that we had earlier. But part of me also doesn't. So I don't know if that's a really good idea. Yeah, well, I'm probably gonna go for that sort of idea first. So let's have a pathway that goes around the sort of perimeter of like all these cliff faces and see how that would look. No idea where the heck is gonna be put together though, so maybe like over here. So it'll just be a 2-block road through here. Then I'll just go around the edge like so, and then just extend out. So we have like that sort of like, what's the word? Like overhanging like pathway bridge thing that we've seen, like, that we've done with like other cliff faces already. Don't know if it'll fit well though, so there's only one way to find out. This might be an absolute mess to work with, but who knows? Yeah, this is a little bit messy now, but mainly because of this weird part of like the cliff face, but oh well. Looking pretty good so far. Alright, going over here. Frick you, throat. Oh god. Gotta love dealing with that. Alright, going around through here. Ah! Come on! Thank you very much. Well, that's gonna work out, I guess. Alright, how's that looking right now? We have still pretty good sort of pathway. Yeah, it's very rough. There's like a lot of like weirdly thicker areas around through here, but that's pretty much like how this entire cliff face is made. I don't think we could really do much to try and round off these sort of edges here. So, I guess that's good enough for now. What we can do then with this big road over here, is it actually possible if we can try and like connect this road to this portion over here? No, that's way too steep. Or actually, might be possible. We could have like a bit of a weird staircase that will just go around here, but yeah, I feel like it's a bit too steep for now, but might be an idea I might want to pursue later on, so we can have like another pathway from here connecting with this main road over here, because why not? We can try and go for that sort of idea. Right, I remember like dropping some glass here nearby. There we go. Just gonna make sure I don't waste that. Right, we can add another pathway here. So yeah, that would look good. 7,000 blocks mine, Jesus. This feels like a very glorified radio stream after a while. That's still nice to listen to. Alright, let's go and fill this area. Okay. So yeah, we could have potentially some sort of like staircase idea around through here, but yeah, it'd be very challenging to figure out how we're going to structure that or have that laid out, because I don't want it to be like intersecting with parts of the road over here. So yeah, that'll be interesting for us to deal with for another time, I guess. I'll leave it for future Fox to deal with, and he'll probably be raging right now because he would hate me doing these at like the last minute. But oh well. Alright, what we can do over here is make another right angle turn around here, and then have that connect with the rest of the pathway that's over in this direction. So we have some sort of connecting sort of area here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I need to actually keep count on how much or how many times has the timer actually like gone up. But so far I need to like make sure I also write some logs behind it. Or log down like how many times have been like increased, I guess. But I think we only just added like 38 minutes? I can't remember exactly. Then again, 𝗏𝗏 did start us off with like a tier 3 sub, so it could be slightly more than that. It's still going down. Do 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 do. Alright, there we go. Adding some more white glass over here. Frick. And I'm out of white glass. Why did I almost say waddle? My brain is really getting messed up now. Lovely. You can piss off, you fricks. Die. Please die. Thank you. Thank you very much, and you can perish. Appreciate it. Alright. More white glass. This just basically just tells me, like, considering that we haven't even touched the reserve glass yet, that we still had enough supply of glass to last, like, even, like, 1 or 2 streams. But oh well, at least we're able to, like, restock on, like, our glass supplies, so at least we don't have to worry about having to go back and forth to the desert again. Alright, there we go. Looking okay. Just have to connect this part of the frame-blade pathway from here to here with a nice simple like right-angled thing. Wow, that is so well detailed. So detailed. I wonder if there's gonna be like a way we can add like a shortcut sort of like pathway, so that way people can go from like one part of this cliff face to another. Well, not cliff face, but terrace. Like part of this terrace to like another part. Just to make things a little bit more interesting, I guess. Just like so. This will make us a little bit more. This will make it a little bit more, yeah, harder to like try and like format areas, but who knows? It might be a pretty cool idea to experiment. You can piss off. Why are you even here? Where did you even spawn from? Did you just spawn from over there and then you fell down? Well, he's dead now. Oh no. Well, Peter's gonna basically yell at me. Anyway, I got a dip, almost break, and my phone nearly died, LMAO. Please charge your phone, please. I don't know why people are not able to, like, charge their phone while watching this stream, because you can easily do that, but yeah. If you're able to charge your phone, then that'll be pretty nice then. Excuse me. Throat's still acting stupid. But yeah, hopefully I see you next time for a bit then, Asteria. If the stream managed to keep going for well over 3 hours, then that'll be a miracle. But until then, I'll see you probably tomorrow, I guess, Asteria. Also, Michael Dean, if that's how to pronounce your name, Michael Dean 18, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty nice. Yeah, see you later next time as well, Asteria. Hopefully see you next time. Anyway, I need to get some excess amounts of netherrack again, because I have some stupid terraforming dilemmas that I still have to deal with. Why the frick did I store all of them into the chests over here when I can just get... Oh, whatever. Okay, let's go and grab some of these. There's a few stacks, so that way we can do some little bits of, like, terraforming around through here. Oh god, there's so much of the city I still need to, like, format with, like, city plans. But we're making pretty good progress. We're already done, like 3 different terraces, so this is our 4th terrace now that we're working on, which is pretty staggering progress compared to, like, other stuff in, like, each stream, so that's pretty pog. Anyway, good job on saying my name, and also hello from the USA. Gotta love seeing some more Americans in the chat. But yeah, hope your day's been doing pretty nice so far, Michael. Hope you're doing pretty well so far though, mate. Sometimes some names trip me off, like, quite a lot, so hopefully that's still the right way to pronounce it. Alright, there we go. Then we just have to do something about this area, because this looks kind of jank AF. Alright. So we got a plot of land for, I don't even know what the frick this area is supposed to be. Did I want to put terraces over here? I don't even remember. Well, considering that this is one of the only few ways you can get around through here, we could try and, like, build, like, a terrace. Sorry, not terrace. A pathway and then, like, a bridge across from this area here to this area over here. That would honestly be pretty smart. So let's see if we can try and quickly put that pathway down, actually. Real quick. Because that'll be a pretty interesting way to get from, like, this point here to that point over there. Alright, let's go and fix this all up. There's always a nice sort of irony that we say that we want to go and build, like, a pathway from this point over here to this point over here. Then we fly to said points using the elytra all the time. But just to think realistically, if you want to build, like, an actual city. We want to do something like that, I guess. Alright. Okay, now how do I negotiate a pathway through a terrain like this? I don't freaking know. This looks kinda jank, but also I don't care. You know what? I'm just gonna YOLO this. Frick it. Alright, there we go. Then we have a nice sort of, like, pathway over here. Do I want to make this 3 blocks wide? Or actually make it 1 block wide. I think, not 1 block wide, 2 blocks wide. I think it might be wise to do it 2 blocks wide, because there really isn't a lot of space on that other end to do much things, so we can just do a nice 2 block wide sort of bridge. That could work pretty well. Anyway, welcome to watching a Fox somewhat rant and also somewhat ramble about like how to build pathways in this block game. It's a very entertaining series where you're watching this man go and lose his mind while placing down glass. It's an amazing experience on twitch.tv. That should just be the stream description from now on. just adding that to every single VOD description is just probably the best way of describing each stream nowadays. Oh boy. Screw your throat. Ah, frick. Need more white glass, need more white glass. I need to fly all the way over here because I am a genius and decided to say, hey, I'm gonna move this over here to make my life more easier. And then I worked on the other side of the freaking city because I'm a genius like that. Alright, anyway. And of course I don't have enough storage space for this, so I need to dump all that. I shouldn't really make a better way or a better system to like handle with all these large amounts of freaking red glass after a while, because yeah, clearly I'm not learning my lesson here. Oh well. Let's just dump all the red glass back into these chests over here. Let's see which ones have not been fully filled up. So this one over here. Just like so. Really don't know if I should install a mod that will allow us to like reuse the glass, like colors and all stuff, whenever you stain glass and all that stuff, but I feel like that would be way too cheaty. But for the sense of this, it seems like a bit of a waste just to keep getting the same amount of glass over and over again though. So, really is conflicting me. Right, last 2 stacks of white glass until we need to get some more from the reserve, which is perfectly fine, but also, yep, that's a lot of glass that we've been using. Then again, we've only been placing down like only 20,000 pieces of like white glass, so that says a lot. Is ninja speed bridging still a thing? Especially if you're like, I mean, it's still a thing in Bed Wars, obviously, like in 1.8 PvP, but like, with the presence of like Swift Sneak, is it still technically necessary? I don't know if it's still like a necessary sort of thing that people would need to go for, especially if you have like the Swift Sneak enchantment. But I don't know. Honestly, I've been pretty interested to see how 1.19 sort of Bed Wars sort of like mechanics go as a result of Swift Sneak being a thing, but then again, I've not really heard too much about how people have been able to like utilize that yet, so let's see then. Fill this in. Alright. So how the frick do we deal with this sort of area around through here? I guess we want to focus on having buildings as close to the edge over here as possible, so we'll probably just have pathways just going around through here for these terraces, so that might be a wise thing we'll need to do, and then we'll just add another bridge thing over here, I guess. So yeah, that could work. Alright, so let's do that. Have that go just straight ahead, because honestly, frick this area. Or we could technically put like a pathway up through here. Can we fit a pathway over here though? I don't think so. What the frick was I planning to do around through here? I have no idea. So honestly, I'm gonna put a pathway through there instead. Alright, straight ahead for this area. I really should have planned this entire terraforming operation much more better, so that way I can actually plan my pathways a little bit better. But then again, I kind of like the fact that I'm winging the design for like the entirety or most of the entirety of its part, I guess. Actually, pretty much I've winged the entire thing. Never really like did any proper drawn like maps or like ideas for what the city would look like, except for like prototyping with what the building designs would look like, I guess. But that's pretty much it. I never really did any of the any sort of designing or like iterations over like what landscaping areas do I want. I just pretty much just winged it for the most part, which is gonna make things a little bit confusing for viewers, but And also, it's a bit more natural, I guess? Because it doesn't feel like you're following from, like, it doesn't feel like this entire build is being followed or, like, following, like, some sort of guide or tutorial most of the time. It just follows, like, sort of like a natural sort of, like, formation, I guess? I don't know what the right word is. But it's just something much more natural doing this by just winging it than just doing, like, complete guides or schematics over everything. I just don't know how to describe it that much. Alright, so let's go and quickly grab the last bit of glass that's still over here and convert you all into white glass. Is that all of it? No, there's still a few more over here, of course. There we go. Dump that over there, and I don't know where these 7 pieces of glasses are going to be, so we're just going to put you over here for now. I'm going to dump half of the white glass supply over here. Doo-doo-doo. Right, let's see. Let's fill this area here. There we go. Alright, looking pretty good on the pathways for now, so I think we could pretty much, like, start working on the buildings around through here, I think. I'm not gonna really touch on the rest of this entire terrace here. I don't even know if that's even the right word for these areas. I would just call them terraces. But, like, we're not gonna really touch on this side yet of this terrace here and just focus on around this area and beyond over here, I guess. Because pretty much that's all I'm gonna really focus on for the meantime. But in the meantime, let's start getting some of the work done around through here. I do not have enough orange glass. I'm a genius. Okay, let's just quickly grab all of that then. Orange glass, alright. That's too much. Anything else? Ooh, our supply of black glass is pretty yikes. Let's quickly get some more. There we go. And more, why not? Just have a good amount of supplies, I guess. Definitely would need more later on, I guess. Or, sorry, more black glass later on, so definitely would need to eat that up from our reserve. That's all fine, I believe. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's go for, like, the wall being a bit further away from this part of the cliff is here. And have that ended off right over here, so that's fine. Light glass. I'm gonna move my mic, it's all over the bloody place. Have that flush against the wall for this portion over here. Or, like, not the wall, the pathway like that, and then have this move down a little bit. Just like so. I wanted to have, like, some sort of overhanging pillar over here, but I don't think that'll look very neat, so I think this is the next best thing, I think. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Add another pillar over here. Add this. And this area would just be nothing but wall blocks, so we don't need to worry about any of these areas whatsoever. Just all about making an illusion that this is one whole building with all the details surrounding it, but it's just gonna be encased straight into the cliff face. I mean, that's gonna save up a lot of time anyway. Alright. Alright, there we go. Looking pretty good so far. We just need to, like, quickly deal with these areas here. I love how I'm just timing my movements so much with, like, the music as well. I mean, that's not intentional anyway. It's very coincidental. Alright, 8 more minutes to go until the timer finally reaches back to 0, or down to 0, I guess, not back. Until some guy or eventually just increase the timer by 30 minutes. I swear to God if that happens. I mean, my throat is dying a little bit, or not really dying. It's still gunky. So it's not dead, it's just gunky now. But then again, I blame COVID for that, not really the stream, which is honestly pretty surprising. Okay, this looks odd, I guess, but then again, I guess this works? I don't know what building this would be, and it would have to be a bit small, because this is going to be like a bridge overhang and all that stuff, so no idea what this is going to be, but we'll figure out something, I guess. That's the beauty of winging things up, is that you can just be lazy for whatever reason. But then again, we'll definitely need to work on something about that later on. Anyway, how you doing, by the way, Luck 2002? Or Luck, I guess? Or Luke? I don't know which is the right way to pronounce your name, so apologies for that. But welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Anyway, pretty chill music. Alright, past 3-hour mark. I mean, it's already been like a minute since we passed 3-hour mark, so it's not really too surprising. What the bloody hell do I want to do around through here? Okay, let's try like avoid the staircase here, because I kind of wanted to fill this area out, so might just do some normal like diagonals like this, just for the heck of it. It could be just be some sort of weird like garbage pile over here, so who knows. Alright, there we go, just some nice normal right angle corners, because I'm lazy. And also, I don't really know what to do for this area just yet, so that's perfectly fine for this area. Let's just do all the indicators over here real quick. Anyway, my day's been doing good, says Luke. If that's still how to pronounce your name, apologies if I butchered it. But yeah, glad to hear your day's been doing pretty good. Alright, let's just fill these details here. Since we're gonna run out of time, unless some guy decides to give like 500 subs or something like that. Since we're gonna run out of time, we're just gonna probably just add the outlines to the building, or like the overall outlines for this plot of land first, and then just worry about everything else after, like for another stream, I guess. Because then again, I don't want to really overwork myself too much on this. Alright, add some of this. There we go. So yeah, that's for that plot of land. Let's go do this area real quick. Alright, 5 more minutes. I like the positioning of the bar and like the timer on like the bottom left. I mean, that does kill the little fox boy, or actually he's still asleep, so you can find him in the intro. But at the same time, it's not a bad position. Honestly prefer that over like on the top position anyway. Alright, make a bit of a corner here. Why is there so much diagonal frame cliff face areas? Jesus. Why did I think it was a good idea to put these buildings like over there? Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Alright. I have no idea how this diagonal is gonna work, so we'll just have to like live with it, I guess. Oh god. This is gonna be a little bit messy. There we go. Do 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 do. Alright, making pretty good progress on here. Gonna slowly fill up our inventory with red glass as well, so that's also lovely. Fill these areas here, deal with these sort of wacky, bloody what the frick was I planning to do with these diagonals? Okay, this is gonna be pretty messy. I'm gonna probably turn these into like walls instead. Use these as wall blocks instead, so we can maximize the amount of space around here. But yeah, this is pretty jank. Pretty damn jank, but that's pretty much the entire description of this entire build. Is just 80% of it is just jank. Alright, anyway, that looks okay-ish, and then we can add a not diagonal, but like some quartz pillars over here. This is all normal, so that's perfectly fine. And just like that, we can fill these areas in just much more easily. Ah! Thank you. There we go. Alright, that's for that entire plot of land done. Is this area way too... yeah, this area is going to be a little bit too tight, so we might need to make an extrusion over here. Just to make things a little bit more even. Well, not even, but like a little bit more spacious over here in the interior over here. 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Yeah, most likely the... finally gonna reach like 0-0 for today. That's gonna be fine by me. We have like a lot of other like subathon attempts anyway that we'll be taking part in, so not gonna be too disappointed about this. I mean, then again, this is already a 3-hour stream. This is like a well over like an hour above like our normal like schedule anyway, so I'm not too disappointed with the amount of time that's been like accumulated. Throat is still not forgiving though. So yeah, I would say like after we finally put this outline of this area done and over with, we can finally call it for tonight, I guess. Or not tonight. Unless it's like nighttime for you guys, then sure, it's tonight. But for today, I'll probably like end it off once the timer finally reaches 0. Which is perfectly fine. God, why does Sonic music have to like sound so good sometimes? Alright, go over here. Yeah, let's go also make our turn like this. And then up like that. Whoops. Like that. And just like that. I broke the freaking glass without... okay, whatever. No one saw that, no one saw that, nothing, no one saw that, that was not triggering whatsoever, no one saw that. Why did I misplace the block? Okay, whatever. Yeah, no one saw that, no one saw that I broke, no one saw that. That was a glitch, that was all a glitch. How you doing, by the way, Forza 4 days? Hope your day's been doing pretty nice. 20 more seconds, and then I can finally get some rest a little bit. I mean, it's not really much, like, nothing much really to rest about, but yeah, my nose is still very yikes. 5, 4, 3, 2, there really isn't much of a ceremony anyway. 1, 0, there we go, the timer's done. So I can finally end the stream in peace without anyone destroying my life with like a crap ton of gifted subs. Okay, perfect. Alright. That should be for this outline, I believe, unless I messed up somewhere, but overall it's looking pretty good. It's like wondering where like the source of light is coming from. It's from like the glowstone here. But yeah, that looks... I mean, this is going to be a very jagged plot of land to work with. But anyway, timer's finally down to 0, so I'm going to call it for today for today's stream, since this was a subathon, and clearly, as you can clearly tell, it's not like other subathons that just have like hours, 1 hours or whatever like that, which is perfectly fine, because I think around this time it's perfectly fine for what we're doing, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna finally get some rest, because for whatever reason my body is telling me I'm hungry, but I'm also not hungry, and I also need to get some rest entirely as well for other things. Do you know any streamer who has a fresh worlds? Somewhat? I mean, depends on your criteria what a fresh world is, because I don't know anyone who I don't know any other streamer who immediately started their world anyway. Luke says, what are you making? You could do !project or !building in the chat. And then Crimson Knight says, Subathon XD. I mean, yeah, it's still a subathon. We're like over an hour past our regular schedule anyway, because some people still give... some people still gifted subs, and some people also subscribed as well, so it's still better than nothing anyway. Anyway, well, like, under like 500 days. Less than 500 days is a fresh world? I would usually say like less than 50, but anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I really, honestly, I don't know how far a lot of people are in their hardcore worlds. Probably well beyond like 100 or 50 days in some people who I deem as fresh. So I would just recommend just searching around in the Minecraft category and just searching like the tag hardcore or hard mode and stuff like that, and see if you can find anyone who's actually been like struggling, I guess, to like start their hardcore world. Definitely support them as well. But anyway, I'm gonna call it for today because, well, the timer's already down to 0, so technically I should not be streaming right now. So if you guys want to see more of these wacky streams and see when the next time I'll do another Subathon stream, because I know for a fact this is not going to be a successful Subathon stream today, join the wacky Discord server. I should probably put that as a pinned tweet again next time, but join the wacky Discord server, so that way you get notified immediately when the next stream goes live next time, and also when the next Subathon stream arrives, which should be tomorrow as far as I know. So yeah, join the wacky Discord server, and I'll see you guys next time. How does one do a freaking outro anymore? I don't even freaking know.